Absolutely. Grand Rising Geeks, thank you for joining us, love.
Now, yesterday, me and my wife checked out
Dosed.
these these two documentaries called Dosed by Paul Stamets and some of these other
Beautiful, Bethany.
great mushroom guys. It's about healing from addictions and emotional trauma, childhood trauma, and understanding where all this stems from.
Yes.
So they were healing with plant medicine, with sacred medicines, and understanding that what most people are missing in life are connection.
Yes.
A lot of us feel lonely. So if you're looking for a great documentary to watch, most definitely check out Dosed.
Absolutely. You'll have to pay like a $7 donation, but that's so that we can support them and help them continue to create more content like that, because as you know, all of this research that's being conducted right now with healing with plant medicine is all independently. There's really no system supporting that type of scientific study. And we all kind of know why. So it's important for us to be great supporters to those people out there doing the research. You know, they're wanting to find better ways so that humanity can allow all of this trauma and all of this anxiety and all of this depression to be able to heal from it, because us as these beautiful energetic beings, we have that ability to heal, but none of us have ever been taught how. And I think this is exactly the journey that we are all embarking in, which is why a lot of the things that we've suppressed for such a long time are coming up, and a lot of us don't know how to deal with it. So it's very important to have a tool such as plant medicine readily available, so that, you know, with the proper guidance and the proper research and the proper preparation, that you can embark in the journey of healing. And it's a beautiful journey. I can tell you right now, it's definitely not for the weak. But if you're that type of person who is tired of being tired, you're tired of not understanding life, because really it all stems down to understanding. If you do not have any understanding as to why you react the way you react, why these emotions are coming up, if you don't understand that, then you're just going to go about the way we all did and just react the only way we know how. You know, our ego has been part of this character that has been protecting us, you know, from everything, thinking that it needed protection. And in reality, all we needed was connection, not protection. Because what do we need protection from when we are everything, you know? So it was very eye-opening. Even though we've embarked in this beautiful plant medicine healing journey for 5 years, every time we come across documentaries that speak on the scientific research that is being conducted right now, it's mind-blowing just to know the power of the plant medicine, you know, when used with great intention. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the majority of us, when we're dealing with trauma and things like that, we use substances to try to escape our reality. And escaping our reality is something that we cannot do. We cannot escape from ourselves. And a lot of people don't like to feel. And that's why they get scared of psychedelics or the plant medicines, because they don't want to feel that pain that they felt that caused them to look towards substance abuse.
Absolutely.
Because we all know that it's not the addictions that's the issue. It's the pain that you're running from that is the issue.
Yeah, so you have to ask yourself not why the addiction, but why the pain, and where this pain stemmed from. This is where we all have to kind of dig deep and kind of go back into that place that we avoided for so long and face it. It's very important to do so.
Yes, and when dealing with plant medicine, you see what the majority of people are missing is connection. We feel alone in this place.
Yes.
You see, and what plant medicine does, it allows you that spiritual connection. And what I mean by spiritual connection, it's not so you can call yourself a spiritual person, but spirituality deals with the mental, the physical, and the emotional aspects of our lives.
Yes.
And without dealing with the physical, the mental, and the emotional aspects of our lives, then we are not completely aware of how this thing operates right here. And if you don't understand how your emotions work, how your mental works, and the physicality of this world, then we're going to feel like we're lost, and we're going to try to escape reality with substance abuse because we don't want to be here.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It's like you're trying to run away from something, but in reality, you're running away from yourself. That's really what you're running away from, because you can't handle what you've already created. You're unaware that you created exactly what you are experiencing, and now
Yes.
you're trying to run away with the same thing you created that you were unaware of. It's mind-blowing when you get there, because you're like, wow, it was me all along. I can't point fingers. I can't continue to blame and play victim mentality, because I'm not the only one who's undergone trauma. I'm not the only one who's ever felt pain, and there's many people out there who have overcame this. And if we can all just learn to communicate with one another instead of trying to climb over one another to be the best version of us, it's okay to listen to a lot of other people and say, man, they overcame this. Not because they read about it, because they actually went and did the work. You know, it's easy to go out there and read a book or watch a movie or a documentary about all of these information that's being, talked about, or even the information that we come across here on TikTok. But is any of us really applying that type of information into our life to see how it's actually working? Is
Yeah.
anybody out there really putting in that work to
But-
see results?
Yeah, and what we mean by putting in work,
Yes.
the inner journey, right?
Absolutely.
The inner journey, it's all about opening up the doors of perception. And the only way to open up the doors of perception is to ask yourselves questions, to question your reality, question your behavior, question your emotional reactions to the world.
Absolutely.
And what this does, when you ask the questions, this starts to create new neurological pathways in the brain. And when you create those new neurological pathways in the brain, it allows you to see different. It allows you to think different. And
Absolutely.
when it comes to your perception, always remember, do not be attached to your perception,
Yes.
because perception changes as you grow. You start to view the world differently. So your perception is like this box that you put yourself in. And people only see what they believe.
Yep.
So in order to start opening up the doors of perception in the mind, to start seeing the mind in totality, because the majority of people are only seeing small aspects of their mind. And you cannot run away from life. You cannot run away from your emotions. You cannot run away from anger. You cannot run away from suffering. You cannot run away from depression, anxiety, stress, turmoil, trauma, whatever it is it may be in your life. You cannot run away from these things.
Absolutely.
So what you have to do is that you have to sit with them and you have to face them. And when you face these things, you understand them. It's not about fighting with it.
Yes.
It's about understanding it. You see, my anger, my lust, my suffering, it never left me. But I understand what makes me angry, so I don't get angry.
Yes.
I understand what makes me lust, so I don't lust.
Yes.
I understand what makes me suffer, so I don't suffer. The reason why I don't is because I understand it.
Yeah.
And when you understand life, it makes it easier, because when you don't understand it, life gets hard for us. It's really hard.
That's right, Adam.
But that's
Absolutely.
why the majority of us need to take that inner journey. Because what I do today is going to affect my tomorrow.
Ooh, yes.
So what I do today, I drink my tea, I go on a walk, I get some sun, I get some fresh air, I
Self-love.
breathe, I stretch, I keep my life simple. So that way, the next day, I'm better, I'm happier. And if you want to get started on this journey, well then, it's time to start looking inside.
Oh yes, absolutely.
It's time to start questioning your reality. It's time for meditation.
And you have to also take in consideration that working with plant medicine is not to compare to your traditional pharmaceutical medications. We've been accustomed that whenever we take a medicine over the counter, we get a quick moment of relief, right? When you undergo plant medicine, it's a process. It's not a one time, oh, I take it, or 2-3 times I take it and oh, I'm healed. We're not talking about this type of miraculous one time thing. This is a medicine that's going to bring you into the realization. It's not going to do the work for you. So if you're not ready to put in that work, my love, if you're not ready to face everything,
and
then
let
it's
go
not, and let
of your
go,
beliefs.
then it's not for you. Then that means you are not ready. Mentally and physically, you are not ready for it.
Because a lot of us
Yes.
on the inside are weak.
Absolutely.
So what we do and what we look for is something more powerful outside of us, because we are conformed and conditioned to think that there is a God out there who is going to save us
Yes.
and heal us. And this is where the majority of people have an issue with it.
Oh, big time.
They have an issue because they're like, oh, all you need is God, all you need is Jesus. Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
No, that's not true at all. You are conditioned to think that way. You are conditioned to believe, and your belief is not where truth is.
Absolutely.
Truth is on the inside of you. The kingdom of heaven is on the inside.
Yes.
And the truth is that you don't need to be saved. Saved from what? It feels like you need to be saved because you don't know your own mind.
You don't understand.
You don't understand it. So this is why when we don't understand life, we gravitate towards a path that's already there and put in place for us.
Absolutely.
The so-called light. But that's not the light. The light is you. You are the light. You are the way. You are the truth. But you have to dig inside of it. You have to start peeling back the layers of your life, peeling back the layers of the emotions, the traumas. And when you start to peel back the layers, and you start to let go of this and let go of that, you start to naturally become more free.
Yes.
And this is not about agreeing or disagreeing. So if you're saying that it's wrong, then you need to question your own self.
Yeah.
Question, why do
absolutely.
you think it's wrong? I bet, you see, when we say question everything, question absolutely everything. Question your beliefs. Why do you believe in God? Is it because you are weak on the inside?
Yes.
Is it because you don't understand your own mind? You don't understand life? You don't understand reality? You don't understand what it's like to be right here in this moment? You have no connection?
Yes.
You see? You don't want to question your beliefs, because I tell you why.
You're comfortable where you're at.
You don't question your beliefs because you believe it to be true. And since you believe it to be true,
It is so.
you have concluded it. And when you have a conclusion in life,
Yes.
there's no further inquiry. So you don't further go into it because you believe it. And your belief is your opinions. And guess what? Opinions are meaningless.
Yes, they are, y'all.
It's the wilderness between truth and ignorance. You're never going to get
I know,
anywhere.
Not questioning yourself is the foundation of bigotry.
Yeah, so if you have a belief like, oh, Jesus is the truth, the way, and the light, then question that. How come you're not the truth, the way, and the life?
Absolutely.
So life, depending on what you've been through and the way you perceive it, it's very beautiful. So if you are perceiving life to be ugly or hateful, then that's your perception and you need to question it. Why do you see the world that way?
It gets uncomfortable. I understand. It gets very uncomfortable when you start questioning the very belief system that you've known. You know, that's all you've known. So like I said, we're not here to take you away from what makes you happy. If this belief system, if the ideas you have created in your mind have made you happy and you're peaceful and you're no longer seeking or lost or confused, and you are in tune with your emotions and you have connection through this belief system, then baby, by all means, you stay there.
Yep.
But if and you have to be, this is the self-inquiry. It's about being truthful to oneself, to let go of that pacifier of a lie that we've hold on to, that we grab onto only when we are at our weakest moment, because we don't have the inner strength to get up and do something on ourselves. So
Yeah.
we ask for a savior.
We ask for strength.
We create an idea of that somebody out there outside of us can do it for us, because we lack the capability to do it ourselves. And that's what I learned by doing the self-inquiry, is that I didn't lack anything.
You are whole and you are full.
Everything that I needed was inside of me, and it was overwhelmingly beautiful to realize that I didn't need anything or anyone to make me who I am, because I am a unique gift into myself. And when I learn to truly know myself and love myself, I can honestly and unconditionally love the world. And that's what I've been experiencing, because I can no longer look at anybody and judge them for where they're at, because they're a part of me. I'm looking at different reflections of me. And it's insane to sit there and say, wow, you're a different version of me. You're a different version of me. So how can I hate you for where you're at? You're exactly where you should be. But it's your job to understand why you are where you're at.
Yeah, you see, this guy says we ask because we don't have the answers.
Yes.
You see, you ask so you can get to the understanding. You're not looking for answers.
No.
You see, this is where most people say, when I question it,
We'll go get some
my
cake.
reality, you are looking for an answer. You're not looking for answers. You're looking into the understanding of why you are the way you are. And that's all it's about. That's all life is about, is understanding. And you have that understanding within you, which is why you sit in meditation. Sit in meditation is the inquiry into your own life. So if you want to begin the journey, then you got to take time for yourself. The majority of people are too much engaged in the material world with responsibility, with the family, with the kids, with their jobs, making money, whatever it may be. You're too much engaged in the material world to take time to have connection to spirituality. And always remember, spirituality is not what other people say it is. Spirituality is right here, only has to deal with you. So I don't recommend any books. You don't need a book, because all you're doing is gathering up information, and we're trying to release stuff from our minds so our minds can be calm and meditative. So you can see perspective. That's what this is all about. So you can see everything and you can have connection, mind, body, and for the sake of understanding, spirit. That's why I say spirit, but there's no spirit. There's only consciousness.
Yes.
There's only an awareness. That's it. And an awareness to know that you have no control.
No, baby, we don't have a book. The book that we speak from is the book that we all have inside of us. It's the book of life.
The first time I took mushroom, I didn't even know that they were showing me this is how you meditate. So I was questioning my reality, and when I questioned it, I broke down and cried a lot, because the audacity that I had to treat my woman and call her out of her name, or the audacity that I had to look at other women the way I did, or to treat other people the way I did, the audacity. And
Yes.
even though I was feeling the anger and the bitterness and the hate that I had inside of me, I wanted more of it.
Oh, yes.
Because as I was understanding what was creating all this, it was also freeing.
And it was showing you an unconditional love that was
Yes.
never felt before. So in the same time as all of the pain and the trauma was coming up, I also felt comforted, and I felt loved, and I felt at peace. So it was a moment of allowing me to feel the things that I have suppressed for such a long time, and understand that they're not here to hurt me. They were here to teach me a valuable lesson in life, and I missed the lessons because I was just so focused on how they made me feel. And then, according to how they made me feel, I reacted to the world. And it made me aware that I have the ability to not react to the world anymore. And it was a very empowering moment to know that, because
Yes.
then it takes you away from the victim mentality, and it takes you away from sitting there and saying that everyone is out to get you or to hurt you. It was never like that. I mean, changing your perspective in life is, and your perception is oh my goodness, it's everything.
Yes, it's mind blowing.
Super, super mind blowing. And if I could give any advice to my younger self, is to
Keep going.
keep going.
Because there's nothing
Yes.
that you can do. Everything that you've been through in your life,
Absolutely.
it has a purpose.
Absolutely.
But when you stop, and if you don't know that purpose of why you went through what you went through, then you need to stop for a moment. And you need to sit with yourself. A lot of us feel lonely and lost because we have no internal connection. We only have external connection. And sometimes the people who we have connections with don't have connections with themselves, and we're constantly looking on the outside for happiness, for peace, for freedom, for love. But those things don't come from the mind.
They
We're
don't.
trying to look into the mind for love, for happiness, for peace, for freedom. But that don't come from the mind.
Yes. And that is absolutely true. I love what this baby said. Everything in this reality serves a purpose because we created it whether we like it or not. And it's absolutely true. And when we came into that understanding that we no longer had anger and bitterness and hate towards the world as to why it is the way that it's now.
Yes, and we together, we understand life because we like to inquire into it. You see, I don't know anything because life is constantly changing and evolving, so I have not concluded anything about life.
No.
But one thing I do is I understand it. I understand my emotions, I understand myself, I know who I am.
Yes.
I'm not this person, I'm not the character. And I don't say this is my consciousness or my awareness. Nothing is mine. I am just aware. That's it. I'm aware of how this operates. I'm aware that I am the tree. I am the wind. I am the totality of all life.
The totality of reality.
And to us, that's what God is. The totality of reality.
Yes.
If there's nothing that it is not.
Yes. Absolutely. There is nothing that it is not.
And when you are no longer identified with the mind and the body, life, that's your freedom, that's your peace. You need this space where you can ponder,
sure.
where you can live without so much of the material world inside of you, where you don't
Yes.
have it on your shoulder anymore. There's a freedom in that from understanding yourself. So the best thing that we can do is start on the physical level. And it starts with changing your eating habits.
That is key. That we realized that how important it was to take care of this beautiful temple that we are operating in. And it all starts there, because when you realize that this body is a chemical system, then you realize that it's very important to pay attention to what you are feeding it. Because if you want it to run at its optimal level, then you have to give it the proper foods. And in this type of society, we've chosen convenience over growing plants and growing our foods, and you know, we've chosen convenience, and we're paying the price for that right now, for convenience. But it's okay. I'm not saying, oh hell, you know, why do fast foods have to do that? No, we asked for that. We all wanted that convenience, but now we're all realizing that convenience is coming at a price, and we don't like that price. It's not the way we are supposed to be living. It's not the way that we are supposed to be thriving. Cancer should not even exist, but it is, and it's happening. So, you know, be nice, be nice. Sorry, we have a guest, or I think we do. But hey, you gotta be nice, my love. No, sit down, sit. We're fostering a baby, and she's a little nervous about new people. Hey, it's okay. Come on. Excuse me, y'all. Hello.
Give us 1 second.
You're good, Mama. You're good. Look, remember she brought you toys yesterday? Oh, Mommy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mama. You're the sweetest. Gracias, corazón. Look what she brought you. Aw, look what our neighbors brought us, y'all. She's so sweet. Look.
Yeah, we got a little foster baby in there.
Yeah. Look at
And I hope you know that I don't judge anybody. Your life is your life.
Beautiful.
But when you start understanding yourself and you know the mind, then you know everybody else more than they know themselves.
Oh, she's
So when you are commenting on here or you're speaking, just know if you have something negative to say, I know where you're at mentally.
Yeah.
I know where you're at mentally, full of beliefs, full of conflict and distortion of reality that you're living in.
Yes.
So if you have nothing nice to say, just listen. And if you listen, it makes sense. But if you don't listen and all you're doing is hearing, then you're not gonna quite get what we're saying.
Yes.
You see, this is for people who are ready to connect with consciousness, who are ready to be more aware of how to understand life and to understand others. You see,
Absolutely.
we are one mind here. The universe is one mind, one soul, one consciousness, shattered into millions of different versions of ourselves.
Yes.
And right now, what we're doing is we're making neurological connections with everybody. You see, as within, so without. So as my brain on the inside is making new neurological connections, then we're doing it on the outside of us, from mind to mind. We're opening up doors of perception. So that way, you see, I can't teach you anything. I can only make you aware of what you did not know was there.
Yes. We're not here to teach you anything.
I'm not here to do anything, but just to share our experiences and allow you to see that there is a change that's happening right now in the world,
Ooh,
right?
big.
It's called the ascension process or the rapture. They're both the same thing, just meant different in different ways.
Yes.
But basically, we're getting ascended up into heaven, raptured into heaven. But first, before you do that, you have to understand yourself from a physical level. If you don't understand yourself,
Thank you. Thank you for the gift.
in order to get to the heavenly state, which is no ego there, is a unification and an equilibrium within the system, and the only way to do it is by opening up your heart. The heart is the bridge to the higher dimensions of life. And in order to open up your heart, you have to be selfless. You have to be humble. You have to be kind. You have to be gentle. You have to have compassion and empathy for yourself and for the world. Because this is what it's like. This is what it's like to be neighborly, to love your neighbor, love yourself, love the animals. You can't make it into heaven with the ego there. You can't make it into heaven if you live in fear.
No,
You can't make it into heaven if you're full of belief and false idols, falsities that you have in your heart. So what you got in your heart and what you do in your life, it matters. And spreading the word of God, spreading the gospel does not mean you go out there and repeat words from the Bible. It means you go out into the world and you show love from what you have learned from the book.
Action.
You take action in the world. That is how you spread the gospel. You don't repeating words out of a book is meaningless.
Yes.
Show me with your action what the book has taught you. Show me with your action what you have learned from the Bible. Have you learned kindness? Are you walking with Christ? Or are you just following behind?
Woo! That part.
You see, followers just follow. But disciples, we take action. That means we are that. We don't need to follow no man.
Thank you, Sonny.
We follow what's inside of our hearts. We follow that light. So, at the end of the day, when I spread the word of God, I'm spreading love, not words. Words are cheap. Actions are more powerful than my words. So I spread love, I spread kindness. I don't tell people, hey, do you believe in Jesus? Well, you should, because he died for our sins. I don't tell people that shit because there was no need for a sacrifice for sin.
No.
The reason why most people live in sin is because you don't understand your own self. And when you don't understand yourself, then you gravitate towards a path that religion has laid down for you. And you stay in that state of ignorance. And when you stay in the state of ignorance, then you live in sin because you don't understand what you are doing. You're not completely aware that your actions are manipulating people. And one thing I told my wife, I said, if people come up to me and telling me about Jesus, I said, I'ma always tell them, do you know that it's not very nice to try to manipulate my emotions?
Yep.
To try to put fear in me so I can go worship what you worship.
Yep.
It's not very nice to manipulate people's emotions. That's why you don't use words to spread the word of God. You use your action, which means you go out there into the world and you be kind.
That's what it's all about.
Kindness.
Absolutely.
Because your action shows what's in your heart.
Absolutely.
People who use their minds to speak usually manipulate you. They lie to themselves. And when you lie to yourself, then it's easy to lie to others.
Absolutely.
So that's what it's like for me to spread the word of God. It's to spread love because that's all it is.
And when you start this journey of self-inquiry, you realize that meditation isn't even what we assumed or thought it was either, because then you naturally become very meditative. Everything that you are doing, every moment, it's as if you have now understood the now, the present moment, and I can have any moment where I am very meditative. So meditation is very important, and what I know allowed me to learn or discover how to meditate properly was through plant medicine, because I had to observe everything that was going on. Sometimes in the very beginning, you remember, babe, when we came into meditation, we thought it was literally just sitting there and trying to be still and trying to block away all our thoughts. And, somehow we thought that something was supposed to happen when we meditated. It was so funny how everything that we've come to discover, we learned by going within. We didn't go out there and look at TikTok videos or read a book on meditation. By going in with the plant medicine, it changed the way that I viewed or thought what meditation was. And it's been a beautiful journey understanding what it truly means, because then I could be absolutely anywhere. I could even be driving and I'm so meditative and still completely alert at where I'm going. So it's beautiful. Hello. To realize that.
Morning.
Hello, good morning. Grounding is very, very beautiful as well. We do lots of that too, connecting with nature. When you start connecting with yourself, naturally you're going to go out into nature, because that's a very peaceful place.
Yeah, that's what it's like to start living a more conscious lifestyle.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what it's all about, guys. It's about all of us going within, doing the work, having some mad realizations, because when you have mad realizations, boy, it changes absolutely everything in your life.
But internal realizations, not those realizations you get from reading a book. You see, books are just full of information. That's what knowledge is. Knowledge, people just think that you need to cram all this information into your mind.
And that you're good.
But then there's no stillness, because all you got is information, which is just knowledge. And knowledge is limited. Mm-hmm. It's limited to the time.
Absolutely.
No, we are not Christian.
No,
we nothing.
my love.
We are nothing. We are
free.
We are like the birds or the trees. We just exist.
Absolutely. We have an understanding for what most people talk about Jesus or Christ. Jesus was an amazing being. I mean, I have absolutely love for that individual, that character that walked earth and was able to reach that enlightenment for himself and tried to share that with the world. He was a beautiful person. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Jesus's discoveries when he came here to share that with the world was not intended to create a group of followers where they worshiped and adored the person who underwent that self-inquiry. It wasn't meant for that. It was actually meant for saying, hey guys, if I can do it, you can do it too. not to go and worship the man. And I think this is exactly where we all got it twisted up.
Yeah,
And-
I don't deny Christ, and I don't accept it.
Absolutely.
Because I don't play those mind games with people.
No.
That's your belief, and you can keep it to yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
You see,
Yes.
Christ is just a title for being anointed, being
you.
enlightened.
Thank you
That's
very
all
much.
that is. And enlightenment comes when you can see everything clearly.
Yes.
When there is no more belief, no more idea, no more concept of God. Because if you don't understand God, you fear it. And that's what most people do. They fear God because you don't understand it.
Yes.
If God is love, then how can you fear it? And Christ is an awareness that we all have on
Not
the
a
inside of
person.
us. It's not a person to worship and a person to follow.
Yes.
So when you go to church and you worship Christ and you worship God, you're only worshiping yourself. That is called self-worship.
Yes.
And you are worshiping false idol
Yes.
because Christ is not a person. It's your own idea. It's created by thought. And that's why you sit in meditation. So you can understand that. You can understand your own mind and your own thought.
Absolutely.
And when you do go to church, do you know that you're giving and you're keeping that system going? That system that manipulates people.
We're giving it power.
That system that
Fueling
keeps
it.
people in ignorance. That system that keeps people in darkness. And it keeps you there because it makes you fight the darkness.
Absolutely.
It
Rebuke
creates
it.
division and separation because it's like God versus the devil, religion versus spirituality, this versus that. And when you are in competition
right,
and
Ismail.
when you are saying, well, I'm over here and you're over there, you are lost. I'm going to pray for you.
I
You
rebuke this.
are the one who is living in darkness.
Absolutely.
You the one who feels like you need to pray for other people, but for what? It's because you don't accept people as they are. Because you believe that your way is the truth, the way, and the life.
And truly ask yourself this: why is it so hard for me? And I'm putting myself in your shoes as a believer and as a follower of an idea. Why is it that I can't truly, if I follow God, if I follow this religion, and God says to be all loving and kind and accepted, why is it when I come across other people who are not doing what I do, why is it that I feel the need to pray for them?
Yes.
Really ask yourself this question. Is it because they told you to? And I'm saying they as in the church. Is it the church told you whenever somebody does not accept Jesus and doesn't believe in Jesus, then we must pray for them? But why though? Why? Especially when you come across these people and you really don't even know them, right? You create this assumption in your head that somehow because the words that they are speaking that you don't resonate with, that they might be lost and that they need help and they need to be prayed for. These are the things that I started asking myself
Yeah.
when I was in religion. And I said, why? Because I can't understand where they're at in life and because they're not doing what I'm doing? That's not unconditional love. That's not true love. That's not acceptance. Because if I truly accepted them, I wouldn't be here trying to change them.
And to be honest, if you truly had faith in God, then why are you praying? Think about it, right? You pray,
Yes.
but you say you have faith in God and you trust in God. But yet you pray when
Things are not going your way.
things are not going your way. But where's your faith at?
So why the
Didn't-
need to pray?
Didn't didn't God design everything perfectly? But then you sit and you pray, oh God, give me strength, give me this, light up my path. Then that means that you don't trust in the God that you're worshiping. Because if you did, then you would be accepting
Of all.
of everything that's
Of
happening
all.
right now. You wouldn't ask God to heal the world
You
or
would
anything
question
because
it. Yes. Whew.
you see, and most people don't realize is that when you believe in something, there is no truth there. That's why you need to believe. Think about this. You only need to believe because you don't understand it.
Yep.
You don't understand it, so you need to believe.
Yes, you
But when you understand it, there's no need to believe. There's no need to pray because everything is perfect the way it is. Because if it wasn't, then it wouldn't be this way. But a lot of people don't understand it because, you see, everybody's mind is programmed, right? And when a lot of us step out of that program and we start speaking to people who are programmed, their minds go haywire. They don't understand it, so they go back to their belief. The first thing they say is, oh, you are lost. I'll pray for you. Christ is the only way. They go back to their programming. You see, you don't realize that everything that comes out of your mouth is your programming. And I can see that. When people say, repeat words out of the Bible, you're programmed. There is no depthness, there is no richness within yourself, which is why you need a book. Which is why all you do is repeat the same words over and over again like a program who don't know how to think for itself.
Yeah.
So when you take yourself out of that box, then you will understand that, damn, I have been programmed. I have been conditioned and conformed to think the way society wants me to think, which is why there's a religious system, an education system,
Oof.
a judicial system, a government system.
School
What
system.
are systems? Systems are programs. You have been programmed by society to think the way you are thinking and to go about life the way you are going about life, rather than sitting with yourself and sitting with your emotions, sitting with your trauma, sitting with your behaviors and your narcissistic ways. What you rather do is you rather pray every Sunday and confess to a spiritual authority, which is your priest, that you have been living in sin and you've been sinning, and you continuously do this over and
you go
over
right about
and
the same
over
ways.
again.
Yes.
There is no awareness in your life.
None.
And when there is no awareness in your life, you gravitate towards something that you think is the light. You gravitate towards the thought, towards an idea that has been given to you by society.
Yes.
This is why they don't want you to think for yourself. Because once you start questioning reality, questioning the church, questioning the things that they taught you to believe in, because they want you to be believers. They want you to
Absolutely.
be followers.
That's how you keep the system going.
They don't want you to know who you are. You see, when we say that we are God, you are saying, oh, so you think you know everything. That's not what we're saying. We are everything. There is nothing that God is not, including you. We are just trying to make you aware, brothers and sisters,
That's it.
that this is who we are. This is what we are. We are life itself. And there is nothing that you can do about it. But open up your mind and see what's there.
For yourself.
Go into the unknown and stay there rather than living in the known.
Don't fear the unknown. They tell you that so that you don't know yourself.
Yes.
Go into it.
Exactly. You have to go into life, inquire into it. That's why in the Bible it says to know thyself, not to follow Jesus. When you follow somebody, you're being blinded. You are not sheep. You are not sheep, guys. You are life itself.
Yes, we are.
You are God broken down into millions of pieces. And everything that you see through your eyes is a different version of you. Whether it be your mom, whether it be your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, the animals, the trees, the wind, the sun,
Absolutely.
the moon, the stars, the galaxies. All that is a reflection of you. You are a reflection of the universe itself.
Yes.
You are the reflection of life. That's why you're made in its image and its likeness. Hello.
Hello.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Like,
What is it that hallelujah really
hallelujah means fuck
Fucking
yeah.
right. Or fuck yeah.
But you can't say that, right? You
Absolutely.
could just say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Because the truth is here. And it says it in the Bible, right? It says that there will be a time when
Thank you, babe.
when Christ comes back to get the people. And so that's what's happening. The rapture is happening. The ascension process is happening. And this is how you ascend. You ascend from within. So that way you can see the world as the way it should be rather than what you think it is.
Yes.
The world is the way it is, but you are the one having the issue, right? Who has the issue? You see,
Jew.
it is not my words that's the issue. It's your
Yes.
belief about what I'm saying that is the issue. You're like I told my wife, I want her to make me a shirt that says, "We are God."
Ooh.
And I want to see who responds to that. And I'm going to tell them, if they do respond, I'm going to tell them, you see, it's not my shirt that is the issue, but it is your belief about what my shirt says that is the issue.
Yes. Because that belief has created conflict within you.
Yes, and that's what they want you to do.
Yes.
They want you to have conflict, division, distortion, and illusion in the mind so they can keep you where you're at.
Absolutely.
You see, when we start to understand who we are, then we together as a collective are more powerful than the system. So we start to crash the system. We don't try to escape the matrix. I'm not trying to escape. I am that.
Yep. You're a part of it. You can't go nowhere.
There's nothing that we can do.
You just got to understand the matrix and what type of game you're playing.
So we work in unity,
Yes.
in unison, in unification, in equilibrium. As I have equilibrium within this system, then I'm spreading it.
Yes.
We're creating new neurological pathways. As within, so without. So what happens on the inside of us is now happening on the outside of us.
Yes. We never said no to Christ, my love.
Well, look, ask yourself, who is Christ to you?
Yes.
Is it a person? It's a place, or is it a thing?
What is Christ to
What
you?
is Christ to you? Don't tell me that this is what you're doing, but what are you doing? You see, we're always trying to point fingers at other people because we spread information.
It's a whole bunch of projections that I see here. A lot of projections. If you're pointing fingers, my love, yeehaw!
You see,
Then you are projecting.
what something means to you, it does not mean that for another person.
Absolutely.
It doesn't. I don't have to believe what you want me to believe. I don't have to believe in anything, right? How about I can just be what I am? Do you think birds believe in anything? But why are they so happy? Kids, before you indoctrinate their minds with a whole bunch of religious dogma,
Yeah.
why are kids so happy? There's no belief there.
No, they're free.
They're free.
Their mind is free.
It's only truth. It's only love there.
They're just experiencing.
There's no belief there.
No, they're free.
They're free.
Their mind is free.
It's only truth. It's only love there.
They're just experiencing.
Why is the tree happy?
Absolutely.
Because they don't believe in anything. Because they're not trying to be better than the next tree. They're not trying to push each other over and saying, you know what? You are lost, you other tree.
They're in competition with
You
one
don't
another.
have any mangoes growing from you. I'm better than you. You don't see the blue jay talking to the cardinal talk about I'm blue and you're red.
Yep.
You
No,
see,
seriously.
we are the only ones. And we have this sophistication about us. Our minds are very complex and simple at the same time, but
Yes.
yet we cannot love. Why can't we love? Did we ever ask each other that? I mean, but true love, unconditional love. A love that says that I accept you as you are no matter what you're saying. Why can't we do that? And when we look at nature, we go to nature for peace.
Yes.
But why can't we be that peace that nature is? Why can't we vibe at that frequency? if we can vibe at the frequency that nature vibes at, then naturally when people come around you, they'll be at peace.
Oh, absolutely. We are all emanating a certain frequency, whether you're aware of it or not. And your actions and your beliefs and the way that you react to the world is exactly how your frequency is going to be. And when you become aware of that, you start to change because you understand that you are what you are going to attract what you are. And if you are in a reality that you're experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of loss, a lot of this, a lot of hate, then it's because your belief and the way that you see life is keeping you there. And when you learn that you can break free from that, your life will start unfolding right in front of your eyes. You start attracting more people that think like you, that live like you, that walk like you. And it naturally starts happening. We've been in this journey for 5 years, and we naturally start seeing people fall away. And then we started gaining a whole new community of people that starting realizing the same things that we were realizing. And we were like, wow, we're not alone in this. There's many of us out there.
Yeah, so when it comes to meditation, somebody asked, can you show us your technique? Look, I don't practice meditation. I don't follow any forms of system of meditation. But what I have done is I sat by a tree and I asked myself the first question: what is meditation?
Yes.
Not from what this guy said or that book said or what meditation is. What is meditation? And then when I ask that question, then I'm free to move in any direction I want to. Not in the system, not in conformity, no practice, no nothing. What is meditation? And then I started to question, why am I not happy? Why do I drink? And I go into it. Do I drink because I'm addicted? Do I drink because I'm depressed? Do I drink because I'm trying to escape reality? Do I drink because everybody else does it and I want to be a part of them?
Yes. Thank you, Brandon.
Why am I not happy? Am I not happy because am I not doing things that should make me happy? Am I pursuing happiness? Because when you're pursuing happiness and you're pursuing things, then that means it's not there. But how can I access that happiness on the inside?
Yes.
How can I be at peace on the inside? Well, think about what peace is. Peace is when you're no longer bothered. When nobody gets on your nerves.
You're not triggered.
When nobody triggers you. And when you don't mind what other people are doing.
Or saying.
So
Thank you.
now that I don't mind what anybody else is doing because I love them. Now I'm at peace because I don't mind. Nobody can bother me, because if I let them bother me, then they take away my peace. And if somebody can take away my peace, then that means they have my power.
Absolutely. Then that means that there is obviously some confusion going on within me.
Yeah, so that is meditation right there. You go into it.
Absolutely.
You got to go into it, into every aspect of your life. And this, it takes time. It goes from moment to moment in your life, from moment to moment. Each time that you talk to somebody, speak to them with love. Each time that you're sitting in traffic and you're cussing somebody out or you're pointing fingers at them, take a deep breath.
Breathe.
Why am I such in a rush? Why am I doing this to myself?
Why do I react in this manner?
Yes, you see, that is meditation. Meditation is not trying to force quietness.
No.
It's about understanding why my mind is not quiet.
Yes.
Your mind is not quiet because you keep putting shit on there. You keep listening. It's about everything that you're consuming. You're consuming foods that are not good for us. You're consuming music that is not good for us. We're constantly watching television. We're disconnected from ourselves and we're disconnected from nature. That's our home. When we feel uneasy, what's the first place we go to? Go take a walk in the park, don't we?
Yep. We want to run away from where we're at.
So I didn't want to keep going to nature to find my peace.
No.
I wanted to be that peace.
So that no matter where we are at, that peace always stays within us.
So what we did is that we didn't follow anybody. We didn't read any books, but we sat with ourselves and we understood. And now I understand what meditation is.
Yes.
I understand what it's like not to follow. I understand what it's like not to conform. I understand what it's like not to go against the to go against the grain. To go against the grain makes you a natural rebel.
Yes, it does.
And Christ, when Jesus was walking this earth, he was a rebel.
He was
Because
going against the grain.
he didn't like religion, and he didn't come here to teach anybody anything. He came to make people aware of what they did not know was there, which is why he brought the dead to life.
Absolutely.
He made the blind see.
Woo!
Not literally. You see, sometimes we take things literally, which is why you live in sin, which means you miss the point. And if you miss the point, then you live in sin. So he did not bring somebody back to life
No.
in that sense, but most of us are half dead on the inside. There's no
Yes.
life, there's no light, there's no awareness, there's no consciousness, there's no love, there's no happiness, there's no peace.
So to me, that's dead.
He comes to make people aware of what's there and how to access this. And the only way to access this is to begin your meditation, to begin questioning your reality.
So questioning, inquiring.
So no, I
It's
don't read
meditation.
books, and I don't read none of that. Your heart is the greatest book you can read.
Absolutely.
You see, when you go within, you realize you don't need no book.
But you have to
Because
be open to it.
You are that life. You are that life. And we used to fight.
Oh, a lot.
We used to drink.
A lot.
We used to fight over money. We used to use sex as a way to have connection with each other.
Yes. We did.
We used to not respect each other's minds. We didn't respect each other's peace and their privacy, because I say she is mine. I own her.
Yep.
And if you're not the way that I want you to be, then something's wrong with you.
Yep.
You see, we've been through all that. We didn't just wake up one day, and we weren't born this way.
No. We had to go.
We had to understand and
Yes.
learn from ourselves.
Yeah.
And question our own actions and our reality and what we are doing, because there was a time when we were drinking and doing drugs, and we would sit up at late
Edge
at
of the
night
bed, man.
and cry and say there has to be another way.
We were tired.
We were absolutely tired. And then
Yeah.
one day, a friend of ours came and brought us medicine. And that's where our journey began. In November of 2020,
Yep.
we started to awaken. And I cried and I cried because I felt all the pain that I've done to my wife and to myself and to my kids. And now we are connected. We are more bonded now than ever. We are a close family.
Oh, absolutely.
And we stopped eating meat. And the reason why we stopped eating meat is because
Yes.
I understand. I didn't force myself, but I understand why I don't need it. And that's how you start to switch levels in your body. You start to understand why you don't need it. And in that understanding, then you can start to transform your life.
So you have to understand that the body is an intelligent being. It is super intelligent. So it's only going to work depending on how you cut.
Understand.
No, it's the habitual patterns you created for itself. It's how it's going to thrive, right? Whatever it is that you've been feeding, it's going to grab whatever protein it can and minerals from it to survive. That's our body. But when you let go of meat, something in your brain neurologically has to change in order for you to actually start being able to absorb all of the minerals from plants, from fruits. Because I come across a lot of people who go back. They try the vegan route. They try, going
Morning, good
raw.
sir.
Hello. They try going vegetarian. We've never gone vegan, just vegetarian because we like a complete variety of foods. But they go back, and I've been observing them, and I'm like, well, what is it that makes them go back? And a lot of the times when I ask them, they say that it's because they go to the doctor, and the doctors say that they're still
Mineral deficient.
Mineral deficient.
Because when you switch your diet, it means you got to be more conscious of the food you eat.
That.
You can't eat junk food and switch your diets. You see, you got to take in your herbal teas.
Yes.
You got to get sun. You got to ground yourself. You got to eat your greens. You got to eat, things that are really, really, you got to eat
Yes.
food.
Absolutely.
Food, not junk food.
Yes, real food, not processed foods, fast foods, real foods. And we realized that it played a big impact on how naturally our body and our way of thinking started to change when we first changed the way we ate. It was a process, like naturally when we embarked in the journey of healing through plant medicine, it took us into this journey of letting go of everything the way we were supposed to do, and not all rapidly, because you can't go and tell somebody, oh, you need to stop eating meat, and then take it away from them, because their body's going to react in a funny way, and in doing so you can cause them more harm than good. So we started slowly, gradually taking one thing away, gradually just removing one thing away until we eliminated all of the things that are no longer good for us. And we, like I said, going on 5 years, and we haven't gotten sick.
Yeah, so when it comes to, I see somebody talk about, didn't Christ multiply fish so everybody can eat? Now, you see, you take everything literally. You see, when when Christ cast the net on the right-hand side of the boat, he had an abundance of fish, right?
Yes.
Do you know what it means to cast your net on the right side of the boat? It's because most people don't understand how their temple works. So when you cast the net on the right side of the boat, which is the right hemisphere of your brain,
yes,
that is the part of you that's going to give you a lot, because we don't access that right hemisphere of our brain, which is our feminine side. So see, a lot of this Bible talk is metaphorical speaking.
a lot of it.
It's not meant to be taken literally, and when you take it literally, you are lost and you are blind. So basically, people who go to church, is like the blind leading the blind, because you're taking everything literally. So when you cast the net on the right-hand side, then you naturally have an abundance of love, of peace, of happiness. So these things weren't meant to be taken literally. So it's not like he multiplied 5,000 fish and everybody got fishes.
They took the storyline completely literal.
Yeah, so I understand that. And
yes, and I get it.
you see, I didn't have to read the Bible to understand it. I heard people preaching the Bible my whole life, but it's until I went in and opened my heart that truth was revealed. I was like, shit, that's what they fucking mean.
You know what? When you
it's hilarious.
When you get into detail about what the Bible is, it's literally a story about yourself.
Yes.
Not to take every single storyline literally, and that's what we've been doing, because we've allowed other people to interpret the word for us instead of us doing the work.
Yes, we have dealt with addictions.
Oh, big
addictions
time.
are powerful. I was addicted to alcohol and stuff you put up your nose and stuff like that. So mushrooms help break our addictions. And
we have manual.
They help addictions, PTSD, anxiety, stress, trauma, turmoil, whatever it is, disorder. And I want you to watch, there's a movie called Dosed. D-O-S-E-D.
D-O-S-E-D.
Watch that movie, and there was a lady who was addicted to heroin.
Oh,
So
man.
if you're dealing with addictions, plant medicine is the way to go, because it's a natural way of getting rid of those addictions without sacrificing your health.
Yes.
And you don't become addicted to it, you don't rely on it, and you don't depend on it.
Yes.
Because what they will do is that they will get to the source of your addictions. You see, the drugs are not your issue, remember?
They're not.
The drugs are not your issue. That's just your way to escape reality. The issue is the pain that caused you to get there.
Yes.
That is the issue. So if you have a big addictions, then you need to start looking into psychedelics, which is nature's sacred plant medicine.
Yes,
and we've been
is.
using this for thousands and thousands of years. Every time that we are born into this world, we come to remind people of who they are.
Oh, yeah.
We come to remind them that there are medicines that we can take that are natural. These are not alternative medicines, but the primary tools that we need to understand ourselves. You see, the psychedelics, they take care of every aspect of life.
Yes, they do.
Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. Without spirituality, there is no health because something is missing.
Absolutely.
It is your connection that is missing, your connection with yourself. And when you connect here, then you naturally feel connected to everybody. And when you feel connected to everybody and everything, then you are no longer lonely. So when we speak
Thank
on
you,
plant
John.
medicines, that took me away from everything. I don't need alcohol.
No.
I don't need any kind of substance to help me escape from reality because I'm not trying to escape reality anymore.
And don't you dare say anything about plant medicines being another form of substance, because they are not. They're
Said-
absolutely not.
Now, since you talking, since you brought that up, and if you're talking about mushrooms being a substance,
Yes.
then I bet you anything you take aspirins, and when you get ill, what do you take? Robitussin, NyQuil. Those are substances
Absolutely.
and not natural substances, don't you? So be careful what you say
I know
if you're
that.
the one who's taking pharmaceuticals as well. And
Absolutely. And they're synthetic.
you will never
Yep.
find, and I guarantee you, if you're looking for peace and for love, for connection, or life on the outside of you, all you will get is an imitation version of it.
And it's temporary.
Jesus ain't going to save you. I tell you why. Because you don't need to be saved. You are equipped with everything you need here.
You're perfect the way you are.
You just don't understand your own self. You don't understand your own mind. You can only see a small portion of your mind.
Yes.
And when you can see your whole mind in totality, the yin and the yang, then there is no more outer and no more inner, because the inner is the outer and the outer is the inner. There is no more meditator meditating because everything becomes one.
Yes.
You see, that's what you need. You need everything to become one. You need unification in the body, mind, body, spirit. And you do that by doing the work. You don't do that by proclaiming out of your mouth, I proclaim somebody to be my Lord and Savior, and that is absolutely meaningless.
It really is.
Because you can't think happiness. You're like, I'm happy. That's not happiness. Happiness means
It's temporary.
it's all day.
Yeah.
Peace is all day. I don't pray for peace because I'm at peace. I don't
It's
pray
never
for
left me.
happiness because I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with
Absolutely.
my wife. And since I respect my own mind and I respect peace, I respect her peace.
And we don't hate anybody, baby. We absolutely hate no one. There's no room in this heart for hate. Absolutely not.
You see, and when we speak on God, I see God in everything
the
and everyone.
totality of reality.
So if you knew God was everyone and everything, the animals, the earth, would you still treat people the way you're treating them?
Thank you, baby.
Would you still call your spouse out of their name? Would you call people B words and MFers
Yeah.
and stupids and ignorance and oh, you're fucking lost? Would you? If you knew God was everything,
Would you still treat people
would you
the way
still
you
treat
do?
people the way you would, the way you do now? And when I understood that,
Ooh, that was deep.
when I understood that, I can't treat people any other way
Nope.
other than loving them because everybody is God.
But it all started with me, though.
Because when you say
Yeah.
that God lives in me, well, who are you then? Where do you live at then? If God is in, then where are you at? And that's what made me understand, oh shit, there is no me. There was only God. There was only awareness. But most of y'all need to understand what God is. But in order to understand what it is, you need to let go of your belief that they gave you. You have an image of God in your head. You create God through your own images. Because you had gathered up information from the churches, from other people, and then you said, oh, this is what God is. And then now you think God is over there, up in the sky looking at you, ready to judge you and send you to hell. But how can an all-loving God even have a place of hell anyways?
That just doesn't make any sense.
You see, you are that. You are not a part of God. You are the totality of it. You are made in the image and in the likeness.
But that's for you to realize.
You have to realize that. You see, by me saying that to you, it's meaningless.
It is meaningless because that's why a lot of the ears are not hearing. That's why a lot of the ears are saying blasphemy. This is not true. They're
That's
denying
called
it.
cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance
That
is
means
exactly what they're
you
experiencing.
are indoctrinated.
Yes.
And until you let go of that belief, you can never understand what we're saying.
And I don't expect you to, baby. I really don't. I am very acceptive of where everybody is in their lives. Oh, he's a cutie little
You see,
part.
hell is right here with people. It's inside of people. When people are angry, when they are bitter, when they are narcissistic, that is hell. And that's why I have compassion for those people.
Absolutely. man.
Because I know what it's like to live in hell.
I know what it feels like to be
It
confused.
sucks
To fear.
to be disconnected. It sucks to be angry with somebody else who you say you love.
Yeah, it really does suck.
It sucks to be in hell. Which is why our whole lives played out perfectly. And now we want to help people understand themselves so you can be a light unto yourself,
Yes.
so you can be a light for your family. Because all our families do is hide from each other.
Yep.
We don't like to tell people the truth about how our life is going because we live in fear.
We're all putting on a mask when we get together
Every
and,
day.
and pretending. And
We're tired of pretending.
I don't want pretend anymore.
I'm tired of saying I'm okay on the inside when I know I'm not.
Yes. I can feel people screaming for help on the inside and nobody is speaking up.
Yes. Yes, it's hard to heal
Yeah.
when nobody is doing any work. So that's why I'm happy to have done this work, because I'm not going to go say to my family, oh, there's something wrong with you. You need to change.
No.
I want them to understand. Look, I love you. I want you to be happy. And I want you to know that if you need help, I'm right here.
When you're ready.
Please talk to me if you need help. Reach out to Love and Organics if you need help, because we have time.
We do.
All I have in this world is time. And if somebody out there needs help, and if I can only change one person and help them understand who they are, then I have done my job for this life. So this is why we talk to our family and say, you don't have to hide from us. We've been through it. We fought. We called each other out of each other's names. We had no connection. And now that we do, we want other people to understand that there is another way.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to go with everybody else because
Yes.
because we live in this, we have this fear in our mind that that's the only way. But it's not the only way. There's so many people doing so many other things. They're healing in so many other different ways. And people get upset when I tell them I didn't need Jesus for this.
Oh, they get really, really upset.
I didn't need Jesus for that. I needed myself. Because at the end of the day, all I was looking for is my own connection. It's myself, my true self.
Absolutely.
Not this person that I thought I was. I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for that connection on the inside. And when I found that Christ and I found that Buddha or Krishna or whatever it is that you want to call it, when I found that connection, when I found that life, I wanted to spread it. But not spread words, spread it with action. I wanted to show my wife that I am truly sorry for the way I've treated you. I am truly sorry for ever calling you out of your name.
And it was shown with action, which inspired me to start embarking into my own journey.
Yes.
And questioning my own life.
Yeah, and it's like, who are you to tell other people you don't have that life? You don't have this and you don't have that. Maybe it's you who don't have it, because a lot of you do not understand what you say out of your mouth is a reflection of your character.
Mindfulness is a great thing to practice.
You said that. It's a reflection of your character. Your opinions about me is a reflection of you.
Yes, it is.
And what you say about me has nothing to do with me.
It really doesn't.
It has nothing to do with me, and I want you to understand that. I am the light. I am the truth, and I am the life.
Yes, I am.
I understand that. And my wife will tell you that I have that about me, and she has that about her. And there's other people on here who have that light within them.
Absolutely.
Because they are that Christ. They are that Buddha. They are that Krishna. They are a light unto themselves.
They are walking in their truth.
Which is why they say the kingdom of heaven is within.
Absolutely.
And if you think that light is in somebody else, then you'll never get it yourself. You'll always follow the person with the light. Jesus is the light. Jesus is the truth, and Jesus is the way too. Just like we are.
Absolutely.
And that's what you need to understand, is that for so long, so many people have been following rather than being a leader in their own lives.
Thank you, love.
And
That's right.
my
Savage.
wife's happiness is a reflection of this man.
Absolutely.
She has a smile on her face because she don't have to worry about me. Because she knows where my mind's at, because I relay the message. I let her know what's on here, because through my actions she sees, oh, he's good. I don't have to worry about him anymore.
Nope.
So
And that feels good.
her happiness is a reflection that this man is doing something right. That means we are living in unity. We think and we feel as one. Just like a masculine and a feminine should. We together.
Synchronized.
There is no me and there's no her. We don't think of ourselves as separate, but we are one.
Working together.
The only one that should lead you is your own heart. Not a
Yes.
person. Why are you so, see, ask yourself that question. Why am I so attached to this person? And I guarantee you it all stems back to because somebody told you.
Oh, everything does.
You listen to what other people tell you and you don't even question it. You always accept. Oh, I accept it. It sounds right. It sounds right because you don't understand life. And when you don't understand life, you're trying to make sense of it in your own mind. And since it don't make sense, what you be like, well, they tell us that Jesus is the way. So
guess
let me
that's
go
it.
that way. And not understanding that you're not even forging your own path. You're walking the path that somebody told you to go down, which is no path at all. That path is meaningless. You want to stay in the known. But in order to have that connection with God, with yourself, then you better start forging your own path. You better start
Time.
to walk in that darkness until you learn how to be that light in the darkness.
Yes.
And when you are a light in the darkness, people gravitate towards you.
Naturally, it just happens.
You see, you deny yourself. This person said, I am not God.
Yeah.
You see, the reason why you don't think that you are is because you have an idea, a vision in your head of what it is. You think it's over there, but it's everywhere.
The totality of reality. I'm going to say that all day.
Your daily bread should be the love in your heart. That should be your daily bread.
Yes.
You see, why do you speak on yourself like that? Why do you say we are not perfect? Because they told you you weren't right. They told you that you fall short.
They told you that you are not worthy.
They told you that, right? So you accepted that. I don't accept that.
Nope.
Because
thank you.
obviously if
No,
I'm
thank you.
here and if I'm this way, then somebody must made me perfect.
Absolutely. I'm loved.
I'm loved.
I am love.
I am the reason for life.
Yes.
You're here for a reason. And everything that you do, even though you might not like it, it's perfect. If it was meant to be different, it would be.
What are the sacred meds? Plant medicine. Mushrooms, my love.
So there's a lot of things that we can do in our life to make it better. Because to say that God put you here so you can worship it, don't sound like a God at all.
No.
But a God that put you here so you can discover yourself in all the darkness and you can be that light in the physical form, now that is a reason to be put here.
Absolutely. The experience of it
And
all.
when people ask, well, who created you? No one did.
That's it.
Just like no one created God,
Yep.
no
Yeah.
one created me.
It's funny
I've
when
always been.
when you go there. I already go into the box minds of people, and I already know what they're gonna say. It's funny because I was there once. Remember when we were discovering this? I asked you, I was like, "What? That's silly. That's not what we were told. Are you crazy?" It's so funny. It's so funny, but it's not until you actually go and you experience it for yourself and you make that connection that you're like, "Oh shit,
Oh yeah.
I had it wrong all along." Wow.
Yeah, we're not Christians. We are the universe. You see, everything, like I told you, look at it. It's a reflection of you. The stars, the galaxies are all, there's no space. There's no such thing as space.
No.
Everything is taken up. This is what allows you to see me. This is what allows you to hear me. Is that there's no space anywhere. Everything is that. It's just like poof itself into existence. And it's all happening right now, which is why they tell you to be in the moment. Because when you
Yes.
are in the moment,
That's all there is.
you realize that the only thing there ever will be is right now. Forever and ever and ever. And if that makes you happy to praise another person, to praise another man and get down on your knees and worship that man, then do it by all
Oh
means.
yes, I'm not here to
I
take you
have
away.
no issues
No,
with
no,
what
no.
you want to do.
And I'm not here to tell you that what you're doing is wrong either.
Because
obviously,
it just seems like you have the issue with us.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
if you're worshiping a man who is full of love, then how come you're not full of love? If you're worshiping a God who is full of love, then how come you're not full of love?
Or acceptive.
You see? None of y'all are. Because you can't find that shit on the outside of you. You can't. It's
You really
impossible.
can't. No, you can't.
What you'll get is the imitation version. Just like when you're pursuing happiness, you get the house, you get the car, you get the money, you get the clothes. All that's temporary happiness.
Yes, it is.
You see, eventually, the more money you have, the more clothes, the more house,
The more
the more
problems.
problems you have. Because you were never right on the inside in the first place.
That's right. So no matter how much you accumulate on the outside, it's never going to be
It
sufficient.
don't matter how much you believe. It don't matter how much you proclaim. It don't matter how many times you get on your knees. It doesn't mean
It
anything.
really doesn't.
That's why you have to continuously get on your knees, continuously pray, continuously to ask for
Never
strength,
ending.
continuously to ask God to clear your thoughts, give you good thoughts. You see, that in itself shows you don't understand yourself.
Yep.
When you ask God to give yourself good thoughts, then you don't understand what your thoughts are.
Nope.
You see, you said, oh, give me good thoughts because these are negative thoughts. That right there causes conflict in your own mind.
What I realize is that
Good versus bad, negative versus positive, God versus the devil. And as long as you're versing
Yes.
something or you're against something, then you're naturally going to be in conflict.
Naturally.
Because all of this is life. Anger, fear, greed, hate, lust,
All of
envy. Just like happiness, love, peace, freedom, empathy, compassion, all that is a part of life.
absolutely. Ooh.
It's all a part of life. And what we do when we don't understand something, we try to push it away. I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel this. Oh, this is negative. This is
You
something
label
that-
things.
And it's that labeling in itself.
You put things in categories.
Yes.
It's
and
crazy
that's
how
what
we do that.
That's what makes people have conflict in the mind.
Yes.
There's distortion, there's conflict, there's illusion, there's disorder. You have no order here.
Order in the court.
You see? So everything about Jesus and about Buddha and about these great teachers was always about self-knowledge.
Yes.
Without knowing yourself, then you don't know anything. You don't understand anything. So, of course, if you don't understand, you're going to go to somebody else
Ah, well, Omar.
to give you that truth. Because you think that the preachers are your spiritual authority and they talk to God directly. Like if you don't have that connection. You know, when people say, oh, God made me feel this way. You made yourself feel that way.
Yes.
You were asking for strength, so you got strength from yourself.
Yep.
But since you don't understand that you are that,
You give credit to something else.
you give credit to over there.
Yes.
But how about you give credit to yourself?
You did it.
You see somebody say, I talk to Jesus, but you talk to yourself.
Yes, my love.
But somebody told you that Jesus is the light and that Jesus is the spirit or something like that. I don't believe in spirits. I don't believe in souls or nothing like that. We are one consciousness.
Yes. Absolutely.
You see, when you stop your addiction, who did the addiction? Not your praying didn't do it, but you
No.
did it. When you stop being mean and rude to other people, why are you giving credit outside of you to this God? You did it.
Pat yourself in the back.
When a surgeon did heart surgery on a man or took out a cancer or took out some kind of illness, praise the doctor.
Thank you,
Thank
doctor,
you, Doc.
for your great techniques
Because
and your work.
we are all that.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
if we're going to praise God, then we got to praise each other.
Absolutely.
Because everybody is that.
Absolutely.
And,
Accountability, yes, love. That's
Then
one thing a lot of people try
account.
to avoid. Accountability.
Yes.
Yes. Wow,
So you
what a
have
wild
to
ride.
honor and you have to praise life because it's very sacred. Life is very sacred. You have to go hug the trees, go talk to the plants, grow gardens, be nice to animals, to stray animals.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that we are lost, but that's a projection of your own mind because you don't know how your mind works.
Yep.
But no, we didn't vote for Trump. We don't play.
We don't
ignorant-
participate.
We don't play ignorant games.
We do not participate in
Because look, this is what we do know. We do know that when you vote, your vote don't count
it. No, it does not.
because they're going to choose anybody they want. Do you know why they make you vote?
Be
Why they
illusion.
make you participate?
Tell them.
Well, as long as you're participating, that's going to keep you quiet. Oh, they give us a choice. Okay, I don't need to overrun the government then.
We're good.
They don't want the people to overrun the government, so they let you participate.
They make you
They
think.
let you vote. You see? So that's why we don't participate. You see, what we do is we're kind to our neighbors.
Yes.
We grow our own foods.
Yes.
And we make sure that we're not creating the system or keeping the system going because
Tell them.
what happens
Yes.
is that we have this power within us.
Instantaneous.
And if you're tired of the system that's operating here, well, the majority of us are the ones that are making the system because of our demand.
Yes. We're
You
feeding it.
demand processed foods, you demand pornography, you demand
Alcohol.
sports, entertainment, alcohol, you demand that shit.
Yes, you do. You want
And
it.
so since you demand it, you demand the clothes, you demand the luxury and the lifestyles, then they supply you with it. Because that's how powerful you are, because you demand it.
So can we really blame the system or should we blame ourselves?
Yes, you don't blame the government. You see, the people, us, we did that. We did the government. We created the government. We created that.
We did. A lot of y'all are going to have a hard time accepting this. A hard time.
Yeah, you're
But that's
absolutely
okay.
right. I am the New World Order.
Please, can we have a new one? I mean, I think we all agree that we do need a new one.
Yeah.
Because this one ain't working. It hasn't been working.
And to be honest, I never said that I think I know everything. I don't know anything. But I understand the system.
Absolutely. Remember, guys,
Understand the system.
This is two individuals who are just sharing their experience. That's it. If it bothers you so much that there's many other pages, many other people go in life that you can go entertain. Don't keep yourself here if you are being triggered and it's upsetting you. Please don't. But if it is and you're still here, something is calling to you.
On the inside. And you
Something
don't
on
even
the
realize it.
inside is calling to you, which is why you're here arguing or trying to argue with me.
But I love you
But I
anyways.
love you,
Because
so
you are
stick
part
around.
because you are a part of me.
Stick around.
You're not that person. You're just a part of my mind. And if I hate you or if I have an issue with it because you're saying something to me,
Yep.
then I'm the one with the issue.
Mm-hmm.
But since I don't have any issues and I don't mind other people, then nothing really bothers me.
It really doesn't.
Because you're a part of me.
Yeah.
And you don't understand what I'm talking about. You're trying to, but when you're in a box in your mind, there's no understanding until you take yourself out of that box.
Yes.
And the way you take yourself out of the box was the conversation we had earlier, was to start questioning your reality. And questioning your reality starts to create new neurological pathways in the brain, which has allowed the brain to start talking to itself again.
Yep, it does.
And when the brain starts talking to itself again, then it starts to open up the doors of perception until you get to perspective. That's what you want. You want to walk around with perspective so you can see things clearly.
Absolutely.
But with
Thank
a
you,
lot
Diana.
of, oh yeah, and I want to help people out. I know they have an issue
Thank you, T.
with their minds, right?
Yeah.
So leave your mind alone. Nothing's wrong with it. Stop trying to focus your mind. Stop trying to concentrate it. Leave it alone. Sit with it to understand your mind. And then it starts to open up and you're like,
It's right, Cassandra.
because when you try to focus and you try to concentrate, that means you're trying to block out everything. And when something like, say, somebody says something or something barks or something makes a noise,
You're bothered.
you're bothered because you're trying to focus and concentrate. Leave your mind alone. Let it be open and attentive to everything.
So the key to meditation is to be able to be engulfed into your surroundings.
Yes.
Meaning that you are not bothered by any noise, you are not bothered by anything. You are just sitting here experiencing it all. That's what it is. It's to completely allow yourself to be open and submerged into what you are in.
And somebody say, don't leave your mind open because demons come in.
Oh my.
You know,
Oh
demons
my.
don't come in. They're the ones that are already there.
They've
And
always-
your demon, and if you keep calling your emotions demons, then that's exactly what they're going to be because you think it to be true. And since you think
Absolutely.
it to be true, you see, my mind is open, but there's nothing coming in because I've sat with my emotions.
Yes.
I've dealt with I used to call them demons, but they were not demons.
Never were. We didn't understand it.
I just didn't understand my emotions. My emotions were poking at me,
Yep.
saying, hey, I need some attention over here. I need some attention.
Hello, my love.
So if you trying to say that demons come in because you leave your mind open, then that means that you are trying to keep yourself behind a brick wall.
Yes.
That means you're trying to find safety and comfort, and you don't leave yourself open and vulnerable.
Yep. You put yourself in a box.
Yeah, you try to keep this blanket over you like that's going to happen, like it's trying to help you, but it don't. It only
And you
makes
keep trying
worse.
to keep the blanket on, and it's like,
leave me alone.
Yep.
Leave me alone,
Yep.
demon.
oh, thank you,
Jesus,
love.
come and get this demon away
Thank
from
you
me.
very much.
And then you try to grab some olive oil and put it all over your home, and
Or some holy water.
but not even knowing that the demon is right here inside of the home.
Ay, ay, ay. It sounds so silly when you come into the realization of that. Boy, it's something to laugh about.
Yeah, it
For
is.
sure. It's something to really laugh about. The deeper you go into yourself, the more you're gonna bust out laughing and say, oh my goodness.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
How silly of me. This is crazy.
Hey, man, look. The only thing I could tell you is laugh about life.
No, literally, laugh.
Watch it. Watch it because it's just God doing it to itself. God argues with itself. God indoctrinated itself. God is healing itself. You see, what's happening in the universe is that there's just this one consciousness that's having the Kundalini awakening.
Thank you for being here, Crystal.
And just like you have cells in your body right here that create the whole, we are the cells of the universe that create the whole.
Yes, we are.
You see, as within, so without. We are made in the image and the likeness. So as consciousness wakes up, we are waking up. And then we starting to spread the information.
Yep, little
We're
by
starting to spread the gospel through action.
little. Starting to plant seeds.
Yes.
It all starts with the seed, right? Plant that seed.
Yes.
So do that work so that other people around you become inspired, get inspired by you.
Yes.
So we're not here to change your mind, remember. We're here to do the work upon ourselves so that other people can start questioning their own reality that they're living in. Because when you see other people that are not doing what society deems normal to do, when you see other people that have found that peace and that happiness and that joy and that unconditional
Yeah.
love that you can see emitting from that person, and you find out that they didn't go about the normal way of going about it, then you yourself start questioning your reality.
Well, good luck to that because you're going to pray for us because every knee shall bow. You see how all you do, think up and see this. You see the idiocracy the ridiculousness and the childishness
Thank you for being here to use you as a great example as to what is taking place in
of
people's
saying
minds.
that every knee shall bow, every this should do this. That's your belief.
Yes, it is.
And you see how you're trying to push your belief on us?
Yeah.
We're not trying to push you, but the last thing I want to do is make you believe anything.
Nope, that's not what we're here
I
to
can't
do.
make you believe anything.
We said that in the beginning.
I'm not trying to change your belief.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to change your mind. We're just
Hello.
having a natural conversation like adults need to have. We need to have conversations.
Yes, I think it's very important.
We need to be able to put your beliefs to the side. Put your whatever it is that you think you know, put it up to the side and let's have a rational conversation. Something logical. Rather than just always trying to repeat the same words over. Man, you don't think that you sound like a broken record over and over? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. Jesus is the way. Okay, do you know anything else? Do you even know yourself?
No.
So if you don't know yourself, how can you point fingers at somebody else?
No, truly.
You know what that's called? Hypocrisy.
Yep.
You're a hypocrite, and I was too. I'm
Sure
not
was.
being mean to you. I'm not
No.
poking fun at you. I'm not trying to attack you.
The truth
I'm
hurts.
trying to make you aware of what you are doing so you can stop living in sin
That's it.
and stop being blinded by your beliefs. We needed to believe before because we didn't know anything.
If you're offended, you don't understand. Thank you for that. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, my love.
Like I said,
Ooh,
opinions
yes.
and beliefs are reflections of your own inner character. You're sinning by praying the Kundalini. Do you know what a Kundalini is?
I don't think they're aware.
Or have you just read about it?
I think they probably
You see,
saw it
just kind
somewhere.
of like how you
Hey,
just
baby
read
girl.
about mushrooms, but you don't really know.
It's okay.
Then all you have is an idea about it.
Grand raising.
Then
What?
why would you speak on a subject you don't know about? Why would you speak on Kundalinis if you have no idea what it is? Why would you speak on chakra systems if you don't know what it is? Other than the fact that you think that you know it because you heard somebody else said it, so you're just basically repeating information that you heard, never going into it. And this is what it's like. I made a video on this. You see, trying to explain what it's like to have a Kundalini or what it's like to be conscious. It's like trying to explain to a land creature what it's like to live in the water. They don't understand until that land creature goes into the water and lives it for itself, experiences the water for itself. If you don't go and experience it for yourself, then you have no idea what it is. All you do is have a belief, an idea, a concept of what you think it is based off all the information that you have gathered. That's why we say go experience it. If you don't know, if you never experienced it or went through it, then you shouldn't speak on it. If all you got is an idea of God or an idea of what it is, then be quiet until you understand it.
Mindfulness.
Because all you're doing the same thing the Bible says not to do. Do not lean on your own understanding. You can't lean on your own understanding because your mind is boxed. So when you lean on your own understanding, when you're in a box, all you do is create beliefs and ideas and falsehoods on what other people should be doing.
Yes, that's right.
So that's why we say do the inner work so you can understand from right here, from the connection that you have. You see, when we say that, when it says that ask and you shall receive, the majority of people don't understand what that simple thing means.
Absolutely. And we
They-
never left God.
They think that ask and you shall receive means, oh, give me another car, give me a bigger house.
Better job.
I am the universe. I command the universe to do this for me. That's not what it means. Ask and you shall receive. Ask about your emotions. Ask about why it is that you're going through things. And this will help you naturally. All you want, you see, the majority of people, all the reason you go to church and you worship God and you worship Jesus is so you can get something out of it.
And truly ask yourself, really ask yourself, why do I go to church? Because I'm trying to win a ticket into heaven?
Yes, that's it.
Ask yourself, be truthful.
You see, a lot of people always want to gain something. They don't go to God because they love God. They only go because they're trying to get something out of it. They live in fear.
The majority. I'm not speaking on everyone, please. I'm not
Yes.
speaking on everyone, like I said.
But that's the reason
The
why the
majority.
majority of people go to church, not for the love of God, but for the love of fear.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. The comment right there just threw me off. Wow.
Yeah, they only pray when the times are hard.
Yeah. Yep. Hello.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, we're live streaming.
We go live on TikTok. You gonna say hi? You can go around. This is one of our wonderful neighbors, Amari. Say hello. Yeah, we got a lot of them in here.
How many followers y'all got?
I think like 12,000.
Dang.
Oh, I thought it was closer to 15. Remember,
it?
like 14 something.
Oh, I don't know. That's the last
Oh,
time
it
I
don't-
checked.
it don't.
It don't even matter.
We just out here spreading some love.
Yeah, they say
Will this
hello,
end it if I
Amari.
click that?
No, yes, it will. Don't touch
Okay.
it. Don't touch it.
Can you send me your username so I can follow?
Yeah, baby, I will. I'll text it to you. Have
Yeah,
a good
we got
run. Bye.
You see the youth exercise.
Ooh, the
You see,
youth.
they came and talked to us before.
Yes, they
You see, a
have.
lot of the youth, they come and speak with us, and we don't give them beliefs. We just help
right
them to
side.
understand themselves so they can start connecting with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We say, hey, go sit with the tree. Go give the tree a hug. Go plant fruits or vegetables in the ground. And,
Yeah. Take care of yourself.
hey, hey, you said don't corrupt them. Well, then don't corrupt them then with your beliefs.
That's right.
You see how you're projecting?
That's right.
That's what you do to the youth.
That's right, my bugs.
You
Yes.
corrupt them with your indoctrinations.
That's right.
With your ideas and your concepts and your beliefs. We don't. We just tell them to go to nature. That's all we do. What's wrong with that?
We don't feed them an idea as to what God is. We
Yeah.
allow them to experience it by themselves, by
Because-
connecting to it.
Because of your indoctrinations and your ideas and your concepts, you have made children lost.
Absolutely.
That's why the children are lost out there, because you keep giving them ideas. You don't teach them how to have true connection with people and with themselves. So what I have to do is clean up the mess.
That's
the club.
okay. That's
And-
okay.
And I enjoy doing this.
We do.
I enjoy doing it because I understand, in order to understand what it's like to be the light, I had to be the darkness as well.
Yep.
In order to understand love, I had to sit in hate.
Yes, we did.
I had to sit in anger and bitterness. So I don't try to make them followers. I try to make them young leaders in life so they can lead their own life. You see, when you try to make children follow, that's why they follow everybody out there. They follow influencers and things like that. You teach them about themselves so they can understand their emotion. We don't educate them like the world wants to educate them.
No.
We educate them on how connected they are, who they are, how to connect with themselves on the inside.
Absolutely.
So they can learn how to operate in a world that's full of hate. Because if we don't teach them how to operate in this world, then they're going to be full of hate one day. But if they have connection on the inside, then they cannot be influenced by people on the outside.
You can't.
So that's what we do to the youth. You see, I took my kids out of school, I did all that, and we sit with ourselves, and I don't put anything on my kids. I say, whenever you have an issue coming up in life, make sure that you sit with yourself and you try to get the answers, because they're here. But if you need guidance, I am always here.
Absolutely.
I'm here to guide them. I don't parent my children.
No.
I don't say, oh, you're supposed to listen to me and don't disrespect me. I let them
Express themselves.
express and to protect themselves.
Well,
like when they say, when like most parents don't let them.
It's not about letting them. We create
Yes.
the sacred space for them to be able to express themselves.
Yes, you see, what they do is they don't allow the children to protect themselves, because they say, oh, who are you to talk to me like that?
Yes,
Not to protect, to defend themselves.
that is true.
Because we're teaching them how to defend themselves. Because
That is so true.
most parents, what they do is they block out their children. They block them out, and what they have to say is
Irrelevant.
it's not important.
It don't matter.
Because I'm the adult. So allow your children to express themselves fully and to understand themselves. So that way you're sending out happy children.
And baby, this person saying I tell them witches and warlocks are everywhere. What is witches and warlocks to you? I'm just very curious because I continually see that you are projecting on here, just talking about witches and warlocks and
Oh,
people
wow,
who
that's
think.
crazy.
Yeah, and where did you get this from? Because I see your title that you love Jesus. So I just really want to know, like, did you learn this in church? Did they tell you this? Did you learn this in movies? Like, what is it? Because in reality, if you did some research in history, they only deemed women witches, those women who were really in tune with nature, who were able to heal with natural plant medicine that was readily available, because
Yeah.
Mother Nature provides us with that, right?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that that's
Jesus
kind
child's
of
name, that-
you talking about witches and warlocks, but y'all the ones trying to cover yourselves in somebody's blood. I keep seeing this person talk about cover yourself in Jesus' blood.
that sounds more witchery.
That sounds like some fucking witchcraft to me. That's some wild
Absolutely,
shit. Y'all don't even
absolutely.
understand that, what y'all
I
say.
don't think they are.
Do you understand when you talk about cover yourself in blood? Oh my goodness, y'all
Woo.
trying to play that movie Carrie and shit.
I ain't down with that.
I ain't down with that.
You can have that, baby. All right now.
Hey, if you want to cover yourself in blood, that's all you. Hey, if that's your fetish, by all means.
Pick your poison. No, thank you.
Hey, but I love you anyway. I
No,
thought that's
do.
funny.
I know. I think that's hilarious. No, I'm genuinely curious. I'm not here to judge. I just want to know.
Sacrificing of animals too, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. I had to. Yeah, you made me.
Don't take life so serious. We are not mocking anyone, my love. Please don't do that to yourself.
You see, you say, oh, you are mocking God.
And remember, it is your belief that's making you think that we are mocking something that you believe in. So, who's
Yeah.
really the issue here?
Yeah, I mean, everyone is a witch and
Or a warlock.
I mean, I believe so too.
I mean,
you know
for
what I
real.
mean? I mean, if you see out there, everybody does their own shit.
Absolutely.
You know what the blood of Christ is, right? Though it's ayahuasca,
Yep.
and you know what the flesh of Christ is, right?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Yep. That's another one you probably ain't gonna like, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to understand. It's alright. Some of you will, some of you won't.
You see how you rebuking everything? That's why you in war and in conflict
Yes.
with everything, because you're rebuking life. You know how dumb that is? When you rebuke life and you rebuke this and you rebuke that, you are only in conflict with it, and it will always bother you.
Orange juice.
It would always bother you.
Absolutely. What is the difference between ayahuasca and mushrooms?
One is the blood and one is the flesh.
Yes.
You see, ayahuasca will help you to connect with that feminine. It's a feminine spirit in there, right? It's the feminine aspect of us, and the mushroom is it's like the masculine part in it. Very fatherly.
Yes, very fatherly. I was just replying, baby. You didn't have to be quiet. Yep.
Yeah, everybody is balanced. We have a masculine and a femininity about us, and the majority of us males, we were told to suppress our emotions, to push everything down so we can be masculine. But this doesn't create masculinity. What it creates is a whole bunch of narcissistic men, full of egotistical ways and being. But since you open up your feminine side of yourself, that's where your connection lies.
Absolutely.
How do I connect to my feminine? Well, you have to sit with it. And sometimes plant medicine allows you to do this. That's why the earth has left these medicines here for us. But if you look on the hieroglyphics of ancient Egypt, they have mushrooms everywhere.
Yeah, they're depicted in a lot of their.
This is a part of our life.
hieroglyphics.
This is a part of our lifestyle.
Yes.
We should be taking these medicines in, because medicine is our food and food is our medicine. If we take time to connect with ourselves, like once a month or whatever it may be, you will have a much better life.
Absolutely. For those who are very new into the healing with plant medicine and want to know a little bit more, there are documentaries out there that have already been shared, and they're called How to Change Your Mind and Fantastic Fungi on Netflix. I urge you to go in there. If you're new and you're coming on here and you're a little curious as to what type of plant medicine we're talking about when it comes to the mushrooms, go and watch How to Change Your Mind and Fantastic Fungi on Netflix. There are two beautiful documentaries, and even Dosed, D-O-S-E-D, Dosed,
You
beautiful.
see, even your Jesus took mushrooms. I hope you know that. And they were taking DMT and all the psychoactive medicines.
Yep.
That's why they call them psychedelics, to understand the human psyche.
Yes.
And that's why he had all that knowledge, because he used to take plant medicine. Just like when they seen the burning bush, that's a trip story.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody was tripping back in the day.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
Oh man,
It's
the
so
way they
funny because
tripping.
when we talk about this to a lot of religious followers, they get,
They don't have to say it that he took much. You see how you're looking for, where did it say it at? Show me.
yep,
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, open up your heart and it'll show you.
yep,
That's how you do.
yep. That's all I can say. Go find out for yourself.
Go
my
find
love.
out
I'm
for
not here to
yourself.
tell you these things. Go find out.
Because I can tell you, right?
And
But
it still don't matter.
But it don't matter because you're still gonna deny it.
Yep. You're still gonna be like, no.
So open up your heart and you'll find out for yourself. As soon as you take the mushroom, you're gonna be like, oh,
Oh.
I understand where you're coming from now.
Yep.
My bad.
Yep.
It's because when people don't understand medicines like this, or they only, you see, when it comes to like magic mushrooms, you have so much stigma and dogma about them. People demonize them so much that all people have is ideas about them. They think that, oh, hippies are taking them and you're acting crazy. That had nothing to do with that.
No, it really doesn't.
You know, and somebody on here said that it's the blood of Christ that gives us authority. Authority over what? You see, that's your
crazy.
issue. You want to have authority over something. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't have authority over anything, but you can understand it.
Yep. Somebody said they read a little book and they think they're saved.
I know. It's just information. You see, if you've been reading the Bible for years
And you still the same?
and you're still the same, then what does it matter?
Ask yourself. You know, I realized that during that time that when I felt I needed a savior, I only felt that I needed a savior because I was weak on the inside. I was too weak to face what I had done. I was too weak and too scared to face that part of myself that I didn't know. And because so, it was easy to go and buy into this idea that everybody fed me. Go, follow Jesus. He'll save you.
Yeah.
And so I did. Because I was ignorant. Because I didn't know any better. So, believe me when I say I understand where you are coming from and how it is that I understand people that feel the need to go into something to save them.
It's instilled inside of you to think like that.
It
to
is.
see
It
like
really
that.
is.
But if you're only seeing the world through your physical eyes, then you are blinded. You need to be able to see the totality of your mind, which is why you need to open up your pineal. It allows you to see things from a larger point of view,
Yes.
a larger perspective. See, your mind, it's like this camera that zooms in and zooms out. Right now, you're too zoomed in to see anything. So you need to take a step. That's why they say you need to take a step back.
Zoom out.
And say, hold up, let me look at my life from a different point of
Let
view.
me look at the bigger picture of this.
Nobody looks at their life like that. Nobody looks at themselves in the mirror and says, you know what, guy, you need to change. You need to understand more of yourself. You need to understand why it is that you don't have any happiness and peace and why it is that you're always constantly seeking that on the outside of yourself.
Absolutely.
And when a man or a woman can do that, oh man, that's so powerful. To meditate is to step into love. The good decisions that you make for yourself is love.
Yes. It's all out of self-love.
It's all out. That's self-love. Is to make that decision to meditate is
Yes.
self-love.
Absolutely.
And sometimes when you meditate, there's not always asking up the question, right? There's just sitting there and letting the thoughts come, letting them go, so you can find a little separation between the mind, the thought, and all that's happening. It's just to watch.
Observe it.
Observe it, look at it. And that's why we understand life, because I sit here and I watch people. I watch the system. I see what upsets people. I see what they're going through in life.
We're paying attention.
And my mind has no thought. And when there's no thought, I can see things clearly. And that's what it means to have no thought. No thought doesn't mean you're blank and nothing's there. What it means is that your mind is so attentive that it can see. Because I'm not trying to force it to be anything.
No.
Your mind. Your mind is not anything. It's not trying to be someone. It's not trying to become. It just is. Now, you can accumulate things from the world to make life easier, but when it comes to your mind, you can't force it to open.
No, you cannot.
You can only sit with it and see what's there. Because it's not that you got to go get happiness. Happiness is here. It's that you can't see it. Because you're experiencing trauma, you're experiencing suffering or pain or anxiety or stress, and you're not allowing yourself to see it. Because your mind is big and it's whole. It's full. But what did I say? I say we're like Humpty Dumpty who sat on the wall and had a great fall. And
Yep.
now our mind broke.
Yep. And now we're trying to put ourselves right back together
And you gotta
again.
put yourself back together. But
Yep.
how you put your mind back together is by watching it, and it will show itself to you. Be like, look, I wasn't hiding from you, fool.
I've been here the whole time.
You just were too much engaged in the material world to pay attention to me.
Yep. Your energy was elsewhere, and you couldn't see yourself or who you were because your energy was into everything else but here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Life is so gorgeous and beautiful, but we
Life
have to
is
take the time
amazing.
to go into it. You have to take the time. Like, if you really care about life, you care about yourself. You start to go in.
You really do.
And so, if you want to know where to start, take a weekend off. Take a weekend off from the material world. Take a weekend off from your phone. Put your phone up. Turn off the TV. Go take a walk. Say, you know what? I'm going to take a hike this weekend.
Thank you, babe.
I'm not going to eat food that causes inflammation and mucus in my body, because that disturbs my world. That disturbs my peace and my happiness.
It does.
So go take a walk. Go look in your pantry, see what kind of food you got in there. Look at the ingredients and say, is that food
Yes.
or is that junk?
Yes.
Because there's difference between food and junk.
Absolutely.
The food that you eat is the quality that you're going to of life that you're going to experience.
So it's quality over quantity, folks.
Yes.
Quality over
You
quantity.
see, when before our awakening, me and my wife, we used to go grocery shopping, and we used to try to find the cheapest of the deals.
Yep.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, we did.
But not knowing that the cheap shit is what's keeping us sick.
Yep. Absolutely. So we switched over when naturally all of our addictions started to fall off, and we were no longer participating into the world and putting all of our tools, meaning money, into the world. Then we had more money to invest into our health.
Yes.
And we realized our health is our wealth. So why are we going to complain about spending $8 on an organic, beautiful, I don't know, watermelon instead of buying a watermelon that costs $3? That,
Yeah.
you know, we started choosing quality over quantity, and we started seeing the difference because it's been almost 5 years, and we neither us or our kids have gotten sick.
Yeah, my brother, Jesus is not the cherry on top. You say we have valid point, we're missing Jesus at the top. I'm not putting no one above me.
Absolutely not.
That's
not
so
what we're here
stupid to do that.
Yes.
That means I'm depending on someone above me to make me feel a certain way. Why do I have to put anybody above me? I'm happy. I don't need no Jesus. I don't need your savior.
No,
I
thank
just
you.
need connection with me and my wife and my kids. That's it.
Yes.
Connection with nature, with the trees, be kind to animal. That's the only connection that you need.
Absolutely.
You don't need nobody but connection with yourself, and that you have to understand that you don't need Jesus to be happy.
See, Jesus didn't create followers. He made disciples. It's a big difference. Followers were created through religion.
Exactly.
But when he was here, he had disciples, meaning he created leaders, not followers. It's a big difference. And it wasn't until that was manipulated
Yeah.
and made into a religion. And that's where we are at now.
Yeah, and the reason why we don't participate.
That's right. Don't at me.
that we don't participate in a lot of stuff. Because think about it. Let's take, let me see, what's coming up next? Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take Thanksgiving, for example. What are you doing during Thanksgiving? You're overeating.
Overindulging.
Gluttony.
Gluttony. Mm-hmm.
And then they're sacrificing a whole bunch of life just so you can put dead flesh in your belly. And you can be like this with a big old belly, just overeating.
Absolutely.
Overfull. You're only supposed to fill up your stomach like 70% of the way. You're not supposed to get full.
Yes.
So you're animal sacrificing for the sake of a holiday. And that's why I say Hollywood is an illusion. Holiday. Church. Hollywood.
Yep.
The government. Just like your whole body works together as one, your head might look different
Thank
than
you,
your toe.
07. Thank you, baby.
Your head might look different than your toe, but it all works together as one.
Yes.
The same thing with all these systems. Religion, all the way to the government, to the food systems, they might seem different, but they all work together as one.
Mm-hmm.
You see, everything is oneness. All of it. And so when we participate in the system, then guess what we are doing? And this is why it's hard for the earth to be so beautiful and abundant. It's because we demand too much out of the system.
We are.
We're putting pressure on the system to provide us with everything that we need. But
Literally.
not only that now, it's to provide us with everything that we want as well.
It's wants, not really needs.
Because if we were getting what we want, what we needed, then we would be happy. But now we want more.
Think about the
So-
excessiveness expending that we do through all of these holidays. Like, think about it. The unnecessary
Yeah.
stress that we do put into the earth,
Into the system.
into the system by
What do you
demanding
think
these
they?
things.
What do you think they get all the materials from to build the TVs, to build the clothes? It all comes from Earth. We're taking so much out of Earth, and we are giving none of
Nothing
it back. Which is why now the soil is demineralized, like we are.
Our oceans are polluted
Oceans are polluted because of us, and I'm not saying you. I said us.
together.
Together. This is why I do not participate in these things that put so much pressure on the system. When I get fruits and veggies, I get a little bit for us.
Only what we need is what we take.
Yes, most people are buying 6, 7, 8 watermelons, bunches of bags of grapes, bunches of
Most of
bags
them go bad.
fruits. You see, we're just like, oh, I gotta get all this, but not knowing that we're putting pressure
Buying all the toilet paper and napkins when
on the
something goes
system.
down for no reason at all.
So together we can stop putting so much pressure on the system and allow Earth to catch up to us. It's too much. It's too much, and that's why the world is the way it is, because of what we are doing. That's how powerful we
Yep.
are. And the government is us. Think
Yep.
about it. We are doing that.
When I realized that, I was like, I can't even be mad at nobody.
The
but myself.
government it's created because of us. Think about it. The government, they govern our mental, because that's what we allow to happen. Because, and it's not about waking people up. It's about waking up the humanity within yourself. So that way people around you and the people that they know will say, hey, you know what? I see that you changed your life. What have you done different? Because obviously I'm not happy. So you allow people to see parts of themselves that they didn't know was there. So that's why you have to be a light unto yourself.
Yes, it's important.
Explain how Moses. I don't need to. Why don't you explain it? We're not talking about Moses and parting the Red Sea. You know what I mean? You see why? Why are you talking about something that's so irrelevant? Like,
Ooh, you're so funny.
this is
I love you
relevant.
too, Ellison.
Right here and right now is relevant. You see, by you having that knowledge of how Moses parting the Red Sea, how is that going to make your life better? How does that make your life better? Are you going to be happier because you know how Moses parted the Red Sea? Are you going to, like, is that for your anxiety?
Ooh,
Would that help your stress? Would that help you be more loving? No. You see how irrelevant a lot of this shit is?
Let us focus on what is here now.
That's why I'm saying, like, you can talk about the past all you want, but it's right here, right now that's gonna help
Aquí.
propel us into the future.
Yes. Ooh. Woo.
Think about it. Question this shit. Question why do you ask those type of questions if it's irrelevant? Ask questions that are relevant to right here, right now.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
You see, this is what it's like to be in the moment.
Oh. That's so funny. Oh, we pay attention. We just know that we don't have to answer to each and every single question. We're watching it all. Don't you worry.
You'll explain it,
Yep. Absolutely.
but that don't sound like an explanation. That just sounds like your opinion.
That sounds more like an
That sounds
opinion.
like an opinion.
Absolutely.
But imagine incarnating to find out why Moses parted the Red Sea. Right?
I mean, come on
Like,
now.
The only reason I'm born,
Hello.
the only reason I was born is so I can
Find out
why Moses parted the Red Sea. That's hilarious. I like that.
The things that we put our energy into.
That's so funny.
Ooh. Keep it here, baby. Keep that energy here with you. What you need to find out is why you are parted within. Why is there division within you? That's what you need to figure
Yeah,
out.
find out how Jesus and his Father became one.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about. You see, when he said Father, he don't mean like a daddy, like you got daddy, right? And that's how I think that's how a lot of people take it. They take it as, oh, God is my daddy, because I have a father, and they call him the Father. No, a father is metaphorical for something that brings forth life. So if this one light right here is the Father of all creation, and it takes a part of itself and says, okay, now you are you. You see, it's still a part of the same source.
Absolutely.
Nothing is not God. Everything is it.
The totality of reality.
See, that's what we need to.
I'm putting it on the shirt.
You need to put that.
I'm gonna
shit on
put
the
what is God, and in the back, the totality of reality.
But somebody asks, "Is your husband the light?" You better tell them the truth.
For sure. The truth, the light, and the way. Okay. I mean, hello.
I like being that for my family.
Absolutely.
And I'm not like I
And
said.
I'm onto that to myself too.
I like having fun. I like being happy. I like being at peace. I like making jokes, and I like laughing.
Yes, we do.
Not taking life so serious. And each man, each individual, each woman should definitely be a light unto themselves.
Onto themselves, yes.
Because when you are, that changes your vibrational frequency.
Yes, it does.
And when you change your vibrational frequency here, and then naturally it starts to happen. Just like
Naturally.
when I started to make new connections in my brain, it happened inside. And now it's happening on the outside. I have unity and equilibrium within, and then I transfer that to the outside.
Yep.
Because now my family, my kids, my wife, now is in unity.
Yes, we are.
So what you do to the inside then starts reflecting on your outside.
Yes, it does.
Mocking isn't cool, and neither is having beliefs and ideas. That's not cool.
Or trying to manipulate others into believing into
that.
you.
You see, that's not cool. to
That's
try
also
to-
not cool, my
Yeah,
love.
that's not cool.
Absolutely. And we're having fun with life. We're not mocking.
And
Like
if
I
you
said
think
before,
that's mocking, well
if you
then,
get disturbed, then you have to ask
yeah,
yourself
ask yourself,
something.
why are you so disturbed about what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why does it bother you so much, my love, that we can laugh at life and its silliness?
Well, and you see, the only difference is I'm sober. To be honest, nobody is sober. You know why you're
Thank
not
you
sober?
for all the gifts. Yes.
Because we constantly have chemicals running through our brains.
Yes, we do.
So nobody
really
is
do.
really sober. You're just clear-headed. Clarity.
Clever.
And that comes from a balance in your chemicals. Your oxytocin, your endorphin, your serotonin, your dopamine, your melatonin, all your chemical structure
right,
is in
Maricela.
balance.
Maricela.
Everybody here, you know, somebody said mushrooms make you
Thank you,
hallucinate.
super good.
And I said, man, no, they don't. I said, everybody is hallucinating a reality
No, they are.
from their own minds.
They are.
Everybody is
Every single one.
is hallucinating.
Yes.
Everybody lives in hallucination, in an illusion.
An illusion. That's right. I was just going to say that word.
A reality in which they believe.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you believe,
You too, my estimate.
oh yeah, definitely, Esme, you are the light.
Absolutely.
And thank you for your support so much.
Esme's
We are blessed to have you.
Esme's an OG.
Yeah.
She's been one of our great friends from the very beginning, and I'm very thankful for her. But yes, can you go in without it? I'm just asking. Yes, my love. Yes, absolutely. We're
Oh,
not.
yeah.
We're not advocating by any means that the only way to that is through plant medicine. Absolutely not.
Yeah, they help you to understand meditation.
Yes.
That's what the mushrooms do. They help you with connection, because a lot of us feel alone, like we are separated from the world, and that sucks, right? To feel like you're separated from the whole universe, even though you are.
And a lot of times people are not aware that when people are alone, it's easy to go and indulge into abuse and what is it called? Abuse a substance, because you feel like that substance is your only friend. You feel like that substance is the only thing that understands you at the moment. That substance is there to help you escape the reality from which you are experiencing,
Yeah.
because you are not understanding of it.
Hey, if you're interested in them, watch.
Yes.
They got much information
got a lot of
on mushrooms,
shows.
because the truth is coming out. So listen to
Yes,
watch
Allison.
Fantastic Fungi.
How to Change
watch,
Your Mind.
Psychedelica on Gaia.
Psychedelica, dosed.
And watch, something in your heart will be like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing
No,
my whole
absolutely.
life. Because that's
Absolutely.
what I was missing. I was missing my spiritual connection with myself. And
That's
that
what we were
helps
missing,
you-
connection.
That helps us to reestablish that. Because when we have no connection, what tends to happen is that we try to escape reality because we are not happy. So then we look towards substance abuse, alcohol, cocaine, opioids.
Send me a message, Ann.
We look to other substances to help us fill this void because we don't have no connection.
for being here,
And when
Gigi.
we have voids, we're not happy.
No, we're not.
And we're seeking on the outside, whether it's substance abuse or whether it's somebody else.
Yes.
So basically, I want her to make me feel a certain way because I don't have that strength enough in myself
To do it for
make
me.
me happy.
Yes.
And when she can't make me happy, then it's her fault why I'm not happy.
And that's what a lot of people out there in relationships are doing.
And the same thing with Jesus, right? You
Absolutely.
look outside of yourself for happiness, and when he don't make you happy, you blame it on the devil.
Ain't that some funny shit?
Ain't that the shit? You see, we do everything to ourselves.
That is so funny. That's some funny stuff right there.
How can we help them? They need to have a ceremony. They need to have a ceremony in an area or a place that is uplifting,
Yes. Set and setting is everything.
and
so
somebody
set
who
and setting,
can help and guide them.
Yes, you actually need if this is your first time ever going in, you definitely need a guide, and I would recommend, they don't have to be an expert, but have somebody that's open-minded.
Somebody
have somebody
who you
that
trust.
that you trust.
So yes, they have sacred medicines here that we've been using for,
Long
I don't even want to say thousands,
No, I don't-
millennia after millennia
Yes,
after
no, literally.
millennia. I mean, just it stems way back to the beginning of time.
Yep.
If you think about it, the first life forms that were here were bacteria and fungi.
That tells you a lot.
That's why they say we come from the dirt, and the
Fungi
dirt we
is
shall go back to because we are.
Intelligent.
Yes, we are just mushrooms here. We are fungi and bacteria,
Absolutely.
and that's where the what do they say, the human evolution.
Great quality.
That's where
fungi.
evolution comes from. We stem from that.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Your mom is doing it for the first time. She's 49 and I'll be her guide.
What?
Oh
Yes.
my God, I'm so excited.
I get excited when people
Yes.
Just-
I'm so excited.
reach out to us. We are Loving
Yes.
Organics. We have a herbal apothecary, plant medicines, herbs, herbal
Yes.
teas.
We have a website we created. It's
And if
called
you're
Love and
looking,
Organics.
and
Yes.
if you're looking for a little bit of guidance and a little bit of information that we can give you to bring you into awareness,
reach out,
please
please.
reach out to
Send
us.
me a message. DM me.
We're not those type of people saying that you got to do this and you got to do that. No, we're gonna
No.
make you aware of what you need to do, how to connect with yourself without relying on anyone else.
Absolutely.
In the
That's what it's all
beginning,
about.
we need each other, right? You need people who understand the process and people who actually been through
There.
it
Yes.
and been there,
Yes.
and not just talking about it through a book. We need people who actually experienced it. So we went through the process because we are here
Thank you.
to help the collective to become aware and to help the healing process take place within themselves. That's why, like, we go on live every now and then, and I make videos, and I still got a job, even though I had stopped working for 4 years.
Yep.
We built a small apothecary, but now I want land, right?
Yes.
And that's a want, I guess.
Well, The reason why it's a want is because
And
I can
also
envision.
a need. It's also a
Yes,
need
it's-
and a want.
Yes, it's because we envision that once we have land, that we're going to be able to create the sanctuary where people can actually come and heal with our guidance through plant medicine, because we've been literally, we're self-taught. You know, we embarked into this journey head on, like without even knowing nothing, and everything that we came to learn was through experience, was through overcoming and going through it. And I feel like that is the greatest teacher. That is the greatest way to learn, is through experience. Because you can read all the books, you can go to all the schools you want to, but if you've never experienced it for yourself, then how can you ever relate to anybody going through what they're going to come to you for?
Yeah, and
so-
yes, and you're absolutely. We did rely on mushrooms and ayahuasca but they didn't fill the void.
No, absolutely
They
not.
didn't fill the void, but you see, we didn't know anything. We were ignorant. We didn't understand. You see, I didn't even know about spirituality. I didn't even know about meditation.
None of this.
I didn't know yoga and stretching. I never grounded. I never got any sun. I never did any of that.
No.
So the plant medicine make you aware of how to fill the void for yourself.
yourself.
They don't do it anything,
No.
but they make you aware of how to fulfill what's missing on the inside of you.
So awareness
Awareness.
is crucial in order to navigate through this realm
Awareness.
with ease. Awareness is crucial. And when you lack awareness, you navigate through this realm ignorantly, therefore causing your own suffering because you have no understanding. So here again, they do not heal you. They provide you with
The tools.
awareness. And it all stems and starts with awareness.
Yeah,
Because
it's
once
like-
you're aware of something, something clicks in here.
Yeah, it's like they give you a wrench and say, "Here, this is how you fix it."
Yeah, do it. Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
So at first, what they do is that, say, if you have trauma, right? They bring down
That's right,
the
Allison.
root cause of that trauma. They make you feel those feelings, and after you feel that, and you're like, that's how I work, and then you can start to do it without it. That's why mushrooms are not addictive. They're not habit forming. You don't rely on them. You just use them because that's what they're there for
Yes.
the mental and to understanding your own human psyche. And so you can see your mind, and the more you see it, the more work you can do to yourself, and the happier you become.
That's right. Once you become aware, you can't go back. Nope, it's silly. It's really silly to even try to go back. Once you're like, oh, I know now. How can I go back and do something that I know?
Yeah, that would be absolutely ignorant.
That would be completely.
That'd be like beyond ignorant.
No, yeah, I don't even
That's
know
why I
if there's a
say,
word
like,
for
I
it.
understand why I shouldn't drink alcohol. And if I was ever to drink alcohol
That'd be
again,
stupid as.
then somebody
stupid
please
as-
punch me in the
No,
face.
for real. Please ask me, are you okay? Because, hello. No.
So that's why plant medicine is
right,
is
Earth
around, because it's that time of life
No, Bethany.
that is changing, and it's time for us to heal. It's time for us to understand ourselves, because now it's time for us to ascend into our heavenly state of being. And
Absolutely.
to get into heaven, there is no state of mind. It's a state of being now. Because
I
when
like
you're in
that.
a state of mind, that means you're still attached to your mind. When you're
I like
trying
that.
to have a mindset, you're messing with your mind, which is why you'll never have it set. It'll be
So
just
right.
conformed. You want your mind to be open and free. Leave it alone. There's nothing wrong with it. You just don't understand it. You see? So that's what it's for. You know, it's for our connection. It's for our understanding, and it's so we can just be in our natural state of love.
Yep.
So love, peace, happiness, freedom don't come from the mind. There's no such thing as peace of mind. Where there is mind, there is no peace.
Nope.
But once you transcend the mind, then you have peace. Because transcending the mind is infinite.
that.
That space is infinite. And in that infinite space, all you will see is that your problems are this small compared to infinity and beyond.
Infinity and beyond.
Infinity and beyond.
Yep.
But we are so much more than just this emotion. We are so much more than just the thoughts. We are life itself, and that is grand and that is sacred. And when you realize that how life sacred is, then you start to treat it as such.
Someone said, but how do you get there?
You get there by turning your energy and your focus back onto you.
Inward.
It's not about calling yourself spiritual. That's not what spirituality
Let
is.
go of the labels.
Don't say, oh, I am a spiritual person. And what does that mean? You see?
Yep.
There's no meaning to that.
Nope.
Spirituality is not so you can feel your ego and say, oh, now my ego is spiritual. It's not that. You don't call yourself spiritual because you go into spirituality.
No.
Spirituality is about connecting with consciousness or with spirit. And you get to that space that is infinite. Your mind is finite. Remember, it's limited. Your human mind is limited.
It is.
From the knowledge of the world. And that knowledge is limited because of time. In order to have more knowledge, you need more time. So everything is limited here in the physical. So what you are connecting with is the non-physical, the unmanifest. You are the unmanifest made manifest. You see? That's why you peel back the layers of your mind. And then when you're done with all those layers, all that's left is nothingness. There's nothing there. Say this is an onion, and you keep peeling back every layer of the onion. And then there's nothing left. That right there is freedom. That's
True
your
freedom.
peace. That is where you are. You are the unmanifest made manifest.
Yes. Wonderful.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful process, and it takes courage, strength,
Discipline.
and a lot of vitality to get there.
Thank you, love.
And in order to have this, you need to make sure that you're taking care of your body with good foods, good walks, sun, everything that nature provides us with. And what spirits do you connect with? Nothing.
I knew that person was gonna ask. I'm so funny when you were talking about spirits. They have a belief, so therefore they
I don't
associate spirits to.
see anything that you see through your eyes or feel is you in
Yes.
different versions. To me, there are no such thing as spirits. To me, spirits are dead people. Right? Like when people die,
No,
oh, that's
seriously.
their spirit. It's a ghost. That's not what a spirit is.
No.
You see,
No.
spirit
Not at all.
is your energy output, like cheerleaders.
Yes.
Right when they're cheering.
The
They're giving
cheerleader
their
spirit. Yes.
That's the energy that you're
yes,
vibrating
the
off.
frequency that you
Your
are
frequency
giving off
that
is
you're
your
emitting.
spirit. Yes.
That is spirit.
That.
Right? Yes, spirit is energy.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So when I am vibrating from a place of love, then people feel my spirit. That's what it is. You're giving off an energy output. So that's what a spirit is. It's not just this ghostly thing that's roaming around
Trying to
fucking-
invade or messing with you.
trying to invade our bodies.
No, it's not that, love.
That's what a spirit is. It's whatever you're giving off.
Whatever
so
frequency
if
you're
you are
emitting.
narcissistic or you are mean and you are angry, then people feel uncomfortable around you. They're
Yes.
like, hold up.
There's something about you.
So that's your vibration.
Yes.
So when people feel comfortable around you, animals come to you, that means you're vibrating at a beautiful frequency.
Absolutely. So they're wanting to know the difference between spirits and souls.
To
We were
me,
talking
I don't
about that.
believe in souls.
Yes.
There's no souls because souls
Papa.
means that you have your soul, this is this soul, that's that soul. Everybody
Still separation.
has, there is one, if you want to say there is soul, there is one soul, one consciousness, one mind. I don't see it as my soul.
Soul.
Nothing is mine.
Consciousness.
Nothing is mine, it just is.
Yes.
You see, consciousness does just say, this is my consciousness. Consciousness just is. You see, nothing
Like that,
is
I was
yours
saying.
to be owned. It just is. There's no one here, there's no person here to say, this is mine. That's what it's like to be free. No one. Yes, you are your own soulmate. Exactly. But you need to find that here. See, if you're constantly looking for a soulmate,
Yes.
then that means you have no connection here. And
You're
all
lacking.
you'll get is what you are projecting from your mind. So if you are looking for love, then there's somebody who will give you that love, but that love will be limited and it will be an imitation version of what you truly
Yes.
deserve.
Yes. It won't be unconditional, I'll tell you that
You
much.
see, that love that you seek, that unconditional love, is right here, is what you have for yourself.
Yes.
And when you find that unconditional love for yourself, you will never accept anybody else's imitation of love. And you won't take anything other than what you know is rightfully yours. You
Absolutely.
share love. You don't give love. You share it with the world. That's the difference between imitation love, a conditional love, and an unconditional love. Unconditional love says, I don't care who you are, what you are doing, your actions that you are taking. I love you anyways.
Because I know the you, the real you, not the character you're playing out.
You know who else gives us unconditional love? Me. Because
Yourself.
that's what I am. I am love.
Absolutely. And Jesus tried to come here and teach you that because he realized that for himself.
So yes, you've been working on loving yourself. Good.
That's
Remember, every decision that you make, like if you go take a walk and you go sit with the tree, that decision right
Amazing,
there is
Anna.
called love.
Yes.
Because you taking the time to love yourself.
To understand you, to get to
Loving-
know you.
Yes, love does not mean that you're gonna go get your nails done.
Or your hair did.
No, love means you're gonna take time for you
Yeah.
to go on a walk.
Connection, baby.
Yes, we are that having a human experience. Exactly. We are not spiritual beings having a human experience.
No.
We are consciousness that is witnessing the human mind having an experience. We are witnessing life. Do you know that when you are in this body, when you put on this suit, you are putting on a suit that is predestined.
Beautiful, Anna.
It's a predestined
Yes, it is.
suit.
It was already pre-programmed.
So watch your life. Everything that happens and that you do was already predestined.
Hey, mama.
That's why you don't have to force yourself to do anything. No, I don't believe there are spiritual beings because what is that? That's an idea from the human mind trying to make sense of spirituality. Well, our consciousness having a human experience, there's nothing spiritual about it. There's nothing spiritual about this energy. That's only when we are awakening to it, it feels spiritual because we never connected. And so when it feels like that, then we say, oh, this is spiritual.
Yeah.
I've been through it. I understand it. I know it. But then it was only when I let go of what they told me spirituality was, following the guru, following the yogi, saying, oh, I am spiritual. When I left that, that was freedom. So now I am not a spiritual person. I am not a religious person. I just am. Nothingness. And you are ours too.
Yes, yes, man.
You are ours too.
Absolutely. I see you.
I can see you.
I
I
see
see
you.
all of you. As I see myself, full of love.
Absolutely.
Others who are trying to understand themselves is self-love. That is love. What you do unto yourself. What do you think happens when we die? There's no such thing. That death is an illusion. Imagine being consciousness and coming to experience everything about life. What it's like to die. Think about death, right? How many times how many ways can we die, right? That's what God is experiencing in all the ways. How many ways can you die? How many ways can you live? What it's like to get down and worship yourself? What's it like to praise this one person who's supposedly the light, the way, and the truth? It's experiencing absolutely everything. So just watch life.
Yes.
Watch it. Watch life and you will see, wow, you will see God in everyone and everything experiencing itself.
Oh, I know what you mean.
If
Anna.
you can't see the trees and the birds, beauty in its own existence, then you can't see yourself in that beauty.
You won't be able.
Only when you see the beauty inside of yourself will you see the beauty everywhere. Only when you see God here is when you see God there.
Everywhere. Woo!
And then you'll sit there and you'll watch it.
Yes.
And then there will be no thought. The reason why there will be no thought is because there's no knowledge trying to come up in the memory. That's what it is. That's why your thoughts keep going, because you are trying to make sense of what it is that you're looking at. So you're going back into your memory bank. And then all these thoughts start coming up, and
Yes.
there's no quietness. But if you look at everything like it's the first time,
Like a kid. Like a child.
then there's no memory there. There's no thought coming, and you're paying absolute attention. And when you pay absolute attention, there is no thought.
None.
You see, saying this, I am aware
That's right.
that I am aware. It's not awareness at all.
That's right, Angel.
Awareness is when the observer is not. And when there is no person observing, that's when you're in pure awareness. That means everything is everything and I am right everywhere. You are not just here, you're everywhere. Just in different form. So when you love yourself, of course you're gonna love the trees. Of course you're gonna love the moon and the sun because that's what you are. You're the totality of all of life. We are the fractal of the whole. We are a fractal and we are the whole. We are the light and we are the darkness.
Absolutely.
We are the positive and we are the negative, but we are all together as one. It works together as one. Yeah, so we're about to jump off too as well.
Yeah, I know. Us too, love. We've been here for a minute. But I thank each and every single one of you for tuning in today. Thank you so much for your time, for being here, for opening yourself up to our words and listening to our experience. I thank you very much.
Thank
with
you
all
for
my heart.
taking the time to listen to this is love.
Yes, it is.
We're not trying to change your mind.
No,
we're
we're
not
not.
giving you beliefs. We want you to get brought into the awareness of yourself. So that way you can remember who you are. Remember who you are, Simba.
Remember who you are, Simba. We love you. We love you very much.
And make sure you eat good today.
Yes.
Because what you do today is going to affect your tomorrow.
Absolutely. Be
So
mindful.
go take a walk.
Be mindful.
Go eat live foods.
Peace.
That way you sleep good and you be alive tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you very
Love
much.
y'all.
And if you guys have any questions, please send me a message. I'll reply to each and every single one of you. If you have questions on regarding plant medicine, herbs, whatever it is, let me know.
Only fruits and veggies, awesome.
That's right.
I'm probably gonna go get us a little smoothie or something like that.
I want an acai bowl. Ooh.
There we go.
Love you, babies.
Love you.
Bye.
Until next time.